What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 54. So great to have you all here tonight. This week has been quite crazy, especially for DC fans, guys. Hot Toys has, for the longest time, ignored DC fans, pushed them to the side. But not this time, guys. That's that Michael Keaton power, dude. That Flash film power. DC fans, we're back in the game, baby. We are back in the game and strong, right, CMB? We got a lot of stuff to talk about
Deserve.
DC-wise and some surprises, guys, at this Flash event in Hong Kong. We got some big surprises that popped up, so we're definitely going to talk about it. But as always, guys, what's up, everybody? I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to say what's up to everybody in the chat. We do have the rest of the panel joining us. Everybody's just going to start trickling in here shortly. But don't you worry, everybody's going to be here. Just starting it off is going to be me and CMB. It's great to have CMB back. He's been very busy, so I was so glad to hear that he was coming back on. So CMB, it's great to have you here, dude, especially for everything that we're talking about tonight, because I know you're excited to talk about it.
Yes, I am. It's great to be back too. Finally, things are starting to calm down a bit. Still a little bit hectic, but
Yeah, man.
actually had time to jump on stream, so there's a plus in my book.
Yeah, but it's all right, dude. You've been holding it down in the chat the nights you can't make it. So when you're not here, you're still here, So it's great to have you, bro. Let me scroll up. There's a lot of people in the chat here early on, so we're gonna say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then of course we're gonna get started. My boy TK, one of the moderators in the Discord and the Facebook group, he says, I'm number one. Hey, someone actually beat Insane One for once. What's up, TK? I hope you're doing well, bro. Great to have you here as always. We got Payden23 in the house. Payden says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Payden. One of our great moderators here. Always awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, as always, dropping the love. We got Big Dog Pound in the chat. What's up, Big Dog Pound? We're going to save your grand entrance for when Chris gets here. I already know he's going to come belt ready, so I don't want to steal his thunder. So don't you worry, Big Dog Pound. You're going to have your grand entrance once Chris gets in, but I can't steal it from him. We got Ryan in the chat saying, what's up to everybody? Like I said, Ryan will be joining us a little bit later. Always great to have you here, Ryan. Can't wait to talk to you about some of this stuff because we haven't really talked about everything in full, so I'm excited to hear your thoughts on everything. We got Stevie Weeby in the chat. Stevie says, I can't stop crying from every one of those killer Sideshow deals I struck out on. Yeah, I'm sure you were super upset about those. CMB and I just found out that Sean got one of those thanks to CSI in the chat. So congrats to Sean. I know CMB's going to have to give him a little roasting on that one because he was going for that Spidey as well.
Yeah, bastard.
Yeah, Sean was quick with it, I guess. We got KTHW in the chat saying, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, KTH. Always awesome to have you here, dude. I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here. Of course, as always, we have Insane One, the most insane of them all. One of our great moderators here. Thank you so much for being here, Insane One. Excited to hear your thoughts on the stuff that we're talking about tonight. We have Control-Alt-Delete here. Control-Alt-Delete says, hello and evening all. Loving the Flash new suit. And the WB100 Wonder Woman. Yes, we're going to talk about that stuff tonight. Again, a lot of great DC stuff. So great to have you here as always. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on that stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling through here trying to find some new comments. As I was just talking about CSI, I was just pointing out that Sean was quick with it on the warehouse find. So congrats to Sean. I didn't know about that. And what's up, CSI? I hope you're doing well, dude. Great to have you here. We have Boba Fettuccine. What's up, my friend Boba Fettuccine says, what's up, folks? What's up, dude? Not much, man. We're just here on a fine Thursday evening to talk about all the great stuff that's popped up this week for DC especially. A little bit of Star Wars, a very little bit of Star Wars. We're going to talk about that right off the bat. But and we're doing great, dude. I'm doing great myself. I don't know about you. I hope you're doing well. Who else do we have here? We have Matt, another one of our great moderators. And I know Matt was very happy this week with all the DC love. And yes, DC is on fire. It's so weird to say that. But yes, DC is absolutely on fire right now. For once, I can't even be mad. You guys know I'm primarily a Star Wars fan, and then everything else comes after, as much as I love Marvel and DC. But I'm not mad at all because you guys deserved it. You sat on the back burner for all this time. Those diehard DC fans, you sat on the back burner for all this time, and finally you have been rewarded. So it's great to see. And again, that's that Flash magic right there. What's up, FBJ? I know you're excited, dude. I know you're excited for a lot of stuff that's popped up this week. So I hope you're doing well, bro. Great to have you here as always. Yes, Chris better be busting through his door, dude. I want to see some upgrades, to his intro. I want to see some upgrades. So maybe he's seeing this and he'll be ready to bust through the door. We have some guy here, another one of our fantastic moderators. He says, like and subscribe to the Hot Toys Hotline. Yes, guys, if you haven't already, drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't, because I would very much appreciate it. Let's see, anyone else? We got Big Bretta in the house. What's up, Bretta? Bretta says, hey, everyone, DC is on fire. Yes, they are, dude. And I know you've been talking about it with us in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group chat. Really exciting stuff, man. Really, really exciting stuff. It was so fun looking at those early photos to try to decipher what everything was. And now that we've actually seen everything, we can finally talk about it. And we have Mike. I was talking to Mike before the stream started. Mike was the one that snagged something special. I'm not going to say what, but he snagged something special from that warehouse finds section. So congrats on Mike. If you were watching the Sideshow stream, maybe you saw him. But great to have you here, bro. We're going to have Mike on eventually. He streams with Ryan all the time. If you guys don't watch Ryan on Sundays, check him out. But Mike often appears on there, so we're going to get him on here eventually. He said warehouse finds were kind to me as well. Dude, I've never had luck with warehouse finds. Maybe one time, I think long ago, I got the Resistance Ray from warehouse finds. That was long ago. But other than that, I haven't been too lucky. But yeah, congrats, dude. I think that's everyone. Oh, we have the Collector in here. What's up, bro? Great to have you here as always. Thank you as always for dropping the popcorn emoji, dude. That's your signature. But guys, we're going to get started. I don't want to dive in. Oh, and Ty's here apparently. What's up, Ty? I didn't see your comment, but it's always great to have you here. But we're going to get started. We're going to start with the quarter scale Boba Fett release. I don't want to bust through all of the super exciting stuff before everyone gets in the rest of the panel. So we're going to start with the calmest of the announcement / releases this week, and that was the quarter scale Boba Fett. So let me pull this up right here, and we'll get right into it, guys. So it's funny because before the final product photos came out for this quarter scale Boba Fett, I saw a lot of people saying like, man, I think this is the best sculpt yet for Boba Fett. Everybody was saying they really like this sculpt. And then when the final product came out, I saw a surprising amount of people saying, I don't know, I think the 6-scale version of this sculpt was better, which I was very surprised to see. When I look at this, I think it looks pretty good. Sure, at some angles, maybe it looks a little less accurate than the 6-scale version, but overall, I think it looks pretty good. I'll start by saying I am not a quarter scale collector by any means, so I won't be picking this up. But overall, I think he looks pretty good. I think the shining moment for this figure are the proportions. I think the proportions are excellent personally. I think he looks really good. I think the build is really nice. Again, I could see what some people are saying, maybe slightly off from the prototype on the sculpt, but overall, I think it's a pretty good sculpt. You know, I think this is definitely on the higher end of sculpts from Hot Toys. Is it better than the 6-scale version? I don't know. I really have to look at them and compare, but I was very happy with the 6-scale version myself, and I'm going to be saving that for the 6-scale version of the Book of Boba Fett, Boba. That's when I'll throw mine on, but overall, guys, I think it looks pretty good. Again, not something I'm going to be picking up, but for those of you that are picking it up, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat. Are you guys happy with what you see here? I think overall, I think it looks pretty close to the prototype. I love that base. They always do really cool bases for the most part for the quarter scale stuff, especially for that Darth Vader. That's a really cool base. But I think this is a great base. But I don't really have much else to say about it. I love the proportions. I think the sculpt's pretty good. And I think overall, if you pre-order this, you're probably going to be happy with it. But CMB, what are your thoughts on this, man? And is this something you're picking up? I don't know if you really collect the quarter scale stuff too often.
No, I don't really collect the quarter scale. I think it's a great figure. I think they nailed it. I don't really have any complaints with the head sculpt because when I see it, it looks like Tamora Morrison to me, hands down. So
yeah.
When I actually was half asleep when I first saw the photos, and I just thought that somebody posted actual photos of Tamora Morrison from the Book of Boba Fett, and I was like, okay, why is Hot Toys posting photos from the show? Like, the show's been done forever. And
That's
then when I actually woke up and shook the sleep off, I was like, oh, damn, it's the quarter scale figure. Well, damn, they nailed it with the head sculpt because I literally thought I was looking at Tamora Morrison, not a toy. So I don't have any complaints. Anybody that's got this figure on pre-order and they're getting it, more power to them. It's an awesome figure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. And I agree with you. Like, I think overall, like, sure, if you compare the two, maybe you like the 6-scale version better in terms of the sculpt, but I think this sculpt is still pretty good. I think it looks just like Tamara Morrison. I have zero complaints about it. And I do like how they kind of have him sitting on the base here. I think that's really clever, and I love how the jetpack's leaning against it. I think that's really cool. It's just a great package, man. It really is. And you can see this sculpt is obviously like the more healed version of the sculpt. And I think it looks good. I mean, I wouldn't complain at all myself if I was picking this one up. And I'd probably have them displayed kind of like this. I don't know. I always feel bad putting the head sculpt in the box because, you know, a lot of the reason we buy these figures is because of the head sculpt. You know, it's part of the artistry behind these figures. Sometimes, obviously, head sculpts are better than others, but I think this is a pretty good take on Tamara Morrison myself.
No, I think it's good. It's good too. Like, let's say you missed out on the 6 scale Boba Throne, or you just didn't want it.
That's true.
The fact that they have him posed where he can sit down, and you kind of have that like its own version of him sitting on a throne. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So it gives you that type of a take with the figure.
Yeah,
but I mean, all in all, I think they nailed it. So I think everybody who's got this, they can rest easy, and they're going to be extremely satisfied when they get this in hand. I mean, if it looks this good from photos, I can only imagine what it's going to look like in somebody's when they get it in person and then display it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like the shelf presence is second to none. I think with the quarter scale stuff, especially because obviously when you have that larger scale of the figure, you kind of can point out the details a lot more when it's in that larger scale, when it's an enlarged version essentially of something smaller. So this is going to look great, especially if you have existing quarter scales like the Mando, the original Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, the Return of the Jedi Vader. I was always hoping they would do a quarter scale Luke Skywalker and Anakin. Maybe in the future they'll decide to do that because that would be what ropes me in. If the Vader didn't already, the Luke Skywalker or the Anakin would probably do it for me, you know. But I try to stay away from the quarter scale stuff because it takes up so much room compared to the 6 scale, you know, and I just don't have the room myself.
I just didn't want to backtrack for me, honestly.
For something so expensive too, because the retail obviously is way higher on these.
Yep. Because I mean, I was thinking about it back in the day of getting into the quarter scales just to add, you know, with my Star Wars, seeing how, you know, I'm focused. I'm like, I'm only doing Star Wars statues. I was like, well, maybe I can do quarter scale Star Wars with Hot Toys. You know, I can start with the Mando and then pre-order the Boba. But then I thought, well, then I had to backtrack and get the quarter scale Vader, the quarter scale Boba from Return of the Jedi.
Exactly.
And those are pricey pieces on the secondary market. So I was like, I'm just going to hold off from that. I'm good.
Don's telling you to do it. Do it. I don't know, Don. I think it's going to take a little more convincing. I think he proved his case there. Well, what's up, by the way? Shout out to Don. What's up, Don?
You want to buy me a quarter scale Vader Return of the Jedi Boba to start me off, Don? I'll start down that path.
There you go, Don. Get that collection started for him, man. We're just joking, Don. Don't do it, but yeah. Sluggin16 in the house. He says, "Good evening, Connor and crew and fellow collector." What's up, Sluggin? Great to have you here, bro. As always, Sluggin. Did you play Street Fighter 6 yet? I have not, but I'm excited to play it. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I'm very excited to check it out. EpiJ agrees with you. He says it does look like a movie photo still. It's a great sculpt. And I agree, dude. I think it looks good. Again, if we're comparing the two sculpts, maybe you find a preference in one versus the other. But I think this one turned out great. And Matt says I don't do quarter scale neither. But TBH, they never made one I've wanted. And that's fair. Maybe eventually they'll do one that suits your fancy more. And Jordan says, what's up, by the way, Jordan? Jordan says, I waste unmasked portraits. Sorry, not sorry. I like my Batman wearing his cowl, Cap wearing his helmet, Mando wearing his helmet. I'm paying for the character first, actor second, unless part one. I mean, that's fair, dude. I think a lot of people agree with you. It really all comes down to personal preference. Me, I've just really come to love the helmet in hand look. But it does depend on the character. Like my DX19 I have with the cowl on. But now that all these different Batman figures are coming out, maybe I'll have one where I could put the sculpt on it, you know? There's a lot of options now. But yeah, it depends on the character for me. Like the named clones that come with head sculpts, I'll usually do helmet in hand for them. But yeah, that's just typically how I do it.
I'm the same way as Jordan, though. I keep everything masked up or helmeted up. I don't care for the actor or actress, unless, like, you know, if it's Wonder Woman, obviously she's not going to have a helmet or a mask. So,
yeah, that's true. Sluggin said he did play. Dude, that's awesome. I can't wait to try it out. A lot of people have been saying some really great things, so I'm very excited to check it out.
It's a fantastic game. I've been watching my kid play.
I've been watching some videos, dude.
I tried to battle him a couple times, but he He spanked me.
He's one-upping you, dude. He's putting
Yeah,
in the time.
dude, he destroyed me. So I just gave up. I was like, I don't want to play no more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you give up. Stevie
Yeah.
says, I don't do human. There you go, dude. There you go. Some guy says, everyone smash that like button and subscribe. Yes, sir. If you haven't already, please consider doing so. But guys, we're going to move on from Boba Fett, and everybody's like, we're going to wake up now. And we're going to get into the next topic, guys, which is, again, I would like to talk about this. And maybe we'll bring it up later in the stream when some more people trickle in. But we're just going to get right into it, guys, because we have a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the Wonder Woman, guys. This one is a very interesting one. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is a Warner Brothers 100th anniversary celebration figure, similar to the D100, the Disney 100th anniversary Iron Man that they put out. They put out a bunch of Cos Babies as well. I know Cos Babies, everybody. Matt's going to say something in the chat, I'm sure. But guys, this is a celebration of the 100 years of Warner Brothers. They did 2 figures so far. They just announced them. The first one that they announced, guys, was a new Wonder Woman figure. And some of you guys that don't look into these figures too much, or maybe you're new to the hobby, to me, when I'm looking at this, I hate to say it because it's such a limited figure, but just looking at the prototype and what it has to offer, I do think this is probably the ultimate 1/6 scale Wonder Woman to date. Just for my personal opinion, because guys, I have the Justice League Deluxe, right? And my dilemma with the Justice League Deluxe was I hate the rooted hair that Hot Toys use on that figure. It's that very thin, shiny Barbie doll like nylon hair. I guess it's nylon. And it's very unruly. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't lay natural. It gets very frizzy very easily. And guys, this is kind of like an overall upgrade to all of the Wonder Woman figures we've seen thus far. So this essentially has that beautiful seamless body that the newest Wonder Woman 84 figure comes with. It has that silicone steel cord body, but you now have a rooted sculpt using wool hair. So this is new territory for Hot Toys, guys, because previously, you guys know, Hot Toys used that really cheap, thin, wispy nylon hair that was not convincing at all. And that's part of the reason why I wasn't really having great experiences with rooted hair, because I have a couple figures from Hot Toys that have that crappy rooted hair. And I'm very interested to see what this is like in person. I'm also very interested to see how Hot Toys handles this new wool hair that they're using, that a lot of the customizers are using, InArt is using, like a lot of the higher end figure companies are using this hair. So this is really exciting, right? It's exciting to see Hot Toys take a stab at something a bit more premium. Of course, guys, that is coming with a hefty price tag. This is an expensive figure in Hong Kong. Off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly what the price is in Hong Kong, but it's expensive. Maybe Bretta, if you're still in here, you could let us know, because I know you posted the prices earlier, but it's an expensive figure, guys. And in the U.S., just seeing what the resellers are charging, this figure is going for about like $465 to $480 shipped so far with the resellers and selling out with most of them. It's going to be pricey through Sideshow. I really do think it's going to be a pricey figure because it's expensive in Hong Kong. You guys know, with the markup, with taxes and shipping you charge, it's going to be expensive. But with that being said, yeah, this is very exciting to me because it's them taking a stab at something a bit more premium. And, you know, as collectors, we've been asking Hot Toys to step up their game with stuff for a long time. And this is just showing that they're willing to do that. Now, this is in a more limited capacity, guys. This is a limited to 1,500 piece figure. So it's going to be hard to get. You guys know, we saw previously with the Endgame Captain America, the Stealth Suit 2.0, very hard to get through Sideshow and other resellers. We saw it with the D100 Iron Man, arguably even more difficult to get through resellers, and a very expensive figure because it's an Iron Man figure. So it's going to be a difficult figure to get. So you have to keep that in mind. That's the unfortunate fact of me saying I think this is the ultimate Wonder Woman. It's going to be hard to get. Now, does that mean if you have the Wonder Woman 84 that your figure is obsolete? Absolutely not. Or whatever version of the Wonder Woman you have. You know, if you like it, you know, I have my Justice League Deluxe Wonder Woman. If I wasn't able to secure this one, I would have been perfectly happy with what I had. But with that being said, I was very intrigued by this one, and I did find a way to get this one. I actually got this through Jeremy Casa, who runs Plastic Hero Collectibles. I think he's sold out now. I know some other places may still have some, but guys, it's very expensive. It's an expensive piece to get, so you really have to want it to shell out that money because you are paying that premium price tag for a figure like this. This is already sold out in Hong Kong. People were waiting in line today at the event. So it's sold out very fast. So I'm very curious to see how the Sideshow launch goes. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Right now, I just want to look at the figure and see how it looks. But CMB, we'll move on to you. CMB, I do believe that this is the Golden Armor Wonder Woman sculpt, I believe. You can confirm that because I know you've looked at that figure extensively. But I think this is the Golden Armor Wonder Woman sculpt, right?
Yeah, I have the figure. Yeah, it's her head sculpt.
But what are your thoughts on the figure, man? And is this something you're going to be going for?
Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah, I did sign up for it. If I do get it, then awesome. Because I kind of want, I'm going to use quotation marks in the air here, a traditional looking Wonder Woman. Because I just have the Golden Armor one. But if I do miss out on this, I know I can always pick up the 84. But I do really like this Wonder Woman. Like, something about that wool hair and them Frankensteining, like, different parts. You know, you get the seamless body from 84. You get the head sculpt from Golden Armor. You know, instead of the doll hair from the Justice League, they went with wool to give it a more thick, realistic look. The outfit to me is it's bright, but it's not bright like the Wonder Woman where it looks like shiny metallic paint. It's a bright that looks it's hard to explain. I guess I would say it looks more in tune with what you see in the movie.
Right.
And not from what you would get with a toy and the paint jobs that you get with toys.
Exactly.
So I do like the base and how you get the Wonder Woman logo and that spiral thing. So, I mean, I am intrigued. I'm hoping that, I do get a chance. If I don't, then, just means it wasn't meant to be. But I do really like this Wonder Woman. So this is something that I do want to add to my collection. Like I said, even though they Frankensteined a lot of this stuff, they Frankensteined all the right pieces to give this what people are calling the ultimate Wonder Woman figure, So to me, good job, Hot Toys. You Frankensteined it, but it's the ultimate Wonder Woman,
Yeah,
they used the best of what they had with all the other figures and put it all together.
And it's funny because I've seen a lot of people say that the Golden Armor sculpt was their favorite. So
it's just the hair I didn't like because
exactly
it's that cheap doll hair.
Yeah, and that's why this is a very important figure. And guys, I'm going to read some of your comments because a lot of you guys have some things to say. But what's up, by the way, Wolf Moon? But I think this is a very important figure. And you guys know I'm not a big fan of rooted hair, but Hot Toys really intrigued me with this one. I'm like, dude, like if they're willing to go all out and give us really everything we wanted in a Wonder Woman figure, and people are willing to pay for it, I think that's a win in their book. Of course, I would love to see the final product. I'm skeptical still about the rooted hair because Hot Toys has not impressed me in the past. But I think using the wool hair could really change the game for them in terms of using rooted hair in the future. Now, there's a lot of things to like about this one, too. Like with the Wonder Woman 84, I personally wasn't a fan of how much weathering she had on her armor. This doesn't have that. I wasn't a fan that she didn't come with a sword and shield. Obviously, it made sense that she didn't, but I wasn't a fan that she didn't include that. This one does. I don't like the seamless body that came with my Justice League Deluxe because it's one of the old, crappier seamless bodies. It's not as durable. It doesn't look as real. The proportions aren't as good. This one has the new seamless body. So this one just checks a lot of boxes for me. And not only that, guys, I personally really do love this new limited thing that Hot Toys is doing. We were asking for it for the longest time. A lot of us are like, man, like my figure's not worth what it was even retail. And it's upsetting, having to sell figures at a loss if you weren't a fan of the figure anymore. And figures like this over time may hold value better because they're more sought after. There's only 1,500 of these being made worldwide. So that alone should allow it to hold its value and then some. Obviously, time will tell. I can't predict the future, but I think it's a really good thing that Hot Toys is continuing to mix in figures like this. It sucks having to fight for them if it's something you want. But at the end of the day, it is good for collectors. I think it's great to have some more collectability to some of these figures. Arena Boba Fett, the Endgame Cap 2.0, this Wonder Woman, the D100 Iron Man, all very collectible figures due to the low production numbers. So I think that's cool, guys. I got to be honest with you. We were talking about this. We were having this conversation earlier in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook chat. I personally, as a collector, and you guys can feel free to share your thoughts, I like to see things limited. You know, it makes you feel good. Hey, I was able to get a figure that was a bit more limited. Not everybody has this in their collection. That isn't the determining factor for every purchase you make, because we all have Mando figures that everybody has, but it's just something extra special to throw in your collection that not everybody will have in their collection. And I think that's cool, you know. But let me address some comments, because I know a lot of people are commenting on this figure. Sluggin16 says, I need this Wonder Woman, man. Dude, I wish the best of luck to you. And again, guys, once we look at both of these figures, we're going to take a look at Sideshow, and I'll explain to you guys how they're going to drop these, because it's a little bit different this time. And I have some theories about how they're going to drop them, but we're going to take a look at that after we look at both of them. Big Dog Pound says he wants this figure. And by the way, shout out to Violet. Violet says she wants it as well. Violet, best of luck to you. I hope you're able to get it, because if anyone deserves it, it's you. And I know you don't buy that many figures, so the fact that you want this one, I know it's very special to you. Let's see. See, Payton says he feels your pain because he gets whooped in 2K when he plays with his cousin.
Yep.
Dude, it happened. Dude, my girlfriend literally like totally crushes me in Super Smash, and it's definitely humbling for sure, because I'm pretty good at most fighting games. Super Smash, I'm very average. But then we hop on Mortal Kombat, and it's another story. And Street Fighter, it'll be another story. I don't think she's ever played Street Fighter with me, but yeah, I get crushed in Super Smash, dude. I'm humble in that game because I'm not the best, that's for sure.
Yeah, see, in most fighting games with my kids, like, we're pretty much matched even. Like, I'll win a lot, then he'll win a lot, type of deal. Street Fighter 6, no, he just destroys
Dominating,
me.
Dude. He's got the upper hand, man.
Yeah, dude. I think it's because he also had like 2 days of nonstop playing, so he knows the mechanics, where I just jumped in and was like, I don't like the new modern button configuration. I don't like it. So I was trying to do classic, but, you know, doing classic on a D-pad sucks. I got to invest in some fighting sticks.
Yeah.
So I can get that, you know, joystick with the 6-button layout. But, yeah, dude, he destroys me.
Yeah, we get humbled sometimes, dude. There's some games I just get humbled, man. I'm very good at shooters, but and some fighting games too. But like I said, it is what it is. Big Doll Pound says Wonder Woman's hair is beautiful. I agree. I think it looks great. Like I said, I'm still a little skeptical because Hot Toys has not done the best job with rooted hair in the past. But again, I'm willing to give this figure a chance. Again, I was able to secure this one and the Batman because I do want to check these out and kind of share my thoughts with you guys. And again, that's a big step for me because you guys know I don't like rooted hair, but this is kind of a new turning point for Hot Toys where we're seeing them use a bit better materials on the hair. So I'm willing to give it a shot. If I don't like it, then I've been fooled into buying the rooted hair, and I'll stand my ground on that one. But I'm definitely willing to check it out, and I'm really excited to take a look at this. And Same One says, this looks like the smartest chat around, so I know you will leave a like and subscribe to Hot Toys Hotline and this killer panel if you haven't already. My tapeworm, thanks you all. Guys, as always, please, if you haven't already, drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd very much appreciate it. Big Dog Pound says, I'm going to take this Wonder Woman to the hair salon every 2 weeks if I get hair, LOL. Well, hey, dude, if not, maybe you can set up your own mini 6-scale hair salon. There's an idea for you, dude. You could celebrate the first wool-rooted hair from Hot Toys. I don't want to know what this is in reference to. Maybe he's talking about the figure. He says, that is so hot. Sean, I think you're talking about the figure, and I know this is one you're going to end up picking up because I know you're really excited about it. He does, yeah, Howie did say...
the bearded bear.
Exactly. Beware the stare of the bearded bear. Oh, that's got a good ring to it. And if anyone knows the reference, if you know the movie from that, we're going to give you 10 points. We're going to take a ticket from Denobi's book. But everyone knows the reference of that quote. 10 points for you. It's a very underrated horror film, in my opinion. But yes, guys, we saw Howie make an appearance in the photos. I thought that was clever. It was clever for him to pop in there. They're all holding the new figures. I thought that was cool. Kaiju Daddy isn't here yet. Kaiju says, good morning, boys. What's up, Kaiju? I hope you're doing well.
Good morning.
Bro. Always great to have you here, man. Monica says it's 7:30 a.m. By the way, shout out to Monica. Monica went and took some fantastic photos at the event, which I do have pulled up. We're going to show a bit later in the stream. So thank you so much, Monica, especially that 2022 Batmobile, dude. Holy crap. I'm so excited to talk about that with that. Excuse me. I can't talk. Talk about that with you guys because you guys know I've been preaching that 2022 Batmobile forever. Me and CMB haven't given up on that one. So
nope.
I'm really excited to talk about that because that's the first time seeing that prototype. So shout out to Monica. you'll see, guys, he took a lot of fantastic photos, and we're going to take a look at them a little bit later in the stream. Let's see. And Trevor, what's up, by the way? Trevor says it will look good if they root it correctly. Again, I'm still skeptical because I haven't been impressed in the slightest about their hair. But if they do this right, dude, it could be a very good sign for a possible kind of premium. Maybe Hot Toys will take our advice on the DX line and do like some more premium stuff for the DX line and kind of revive the DX line. You never know. I guess they're waiting to see the response to this figure as people get it in hand. Let's see. Kaiju says D100 Iron Man. Oh, look who it is. Perfect timing.
Yay.
Lane, the Midnight Collector, or as OG would say, and TK would say, legendary Lane Kramer.
Yep.
Perfect timing, Lane, because we're talking about Wonder Woman, dude.
Yep. AKA, let's reuse stuff that we already have and try and make it a little bit better.
But it's funny.
Wait a minute, try. There's no trying this.
No, it depends if you like rooted hair or sculpted hair better.
That's true. It does. But like I'm saying, Lane,
this ain't cheap doll rooted hair. This is something different. So
it still depends if you like rooted hair versus sculpted hair.
That is true. I mean, now Lane, I guess since we just got you here,
I think this one
figure, man.
I think this one looks better. I prefer sculpted hair, but I think this one does look better. At least how they have it all made it look and everything in the pictures. When you take it out of the box, it may not look as good necessarily, but
it could be a big surprise, right? When you open up the box.
Yeah, you're like, ooh. Like, I guess I have to go get my comb or something like that and spend the next like 20 minutes like messing around.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. If that's the case, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed.
But however, leaving the jokes kind of aside for this, the Wonder Woman 84, the body and everything and the outfit, I mean, this is literally those. I mean, but this literally gives you what everybody was looking for after that figure came out. Got the God Slayer sword and the shield.
Which is huge, dude. It's huge.
Which I think that's what, because I mean, this is reusing like 90% almost of that figure as is. Minus the hair.
Paint is a little bit different on the outfit as well, because remember she had all that weathering on that Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, and well, this one I don't know. It doesn't look like it's quite as glow in the dark red and stuff like that.
Yeah, and more like the Justice League look, because the Justice League look is that darker color, which I preferred.
Yeah. So it's not quite as bright and shiny 80s as her outfit there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I think this should be the best Wonder Woman. Like it's the perfect fusion.
It's
using the awesome body of the 84 Wonder Woman. And if the hair looks like this, that's the one anytime with rooted hair, as as you found with your Joker and other people have had, there's the if without the rooted hair comes with it, or I've had with like my J&D statues, they got rooted hair and I look like, I'm having to take a brush to brush. I have to mess with the hair recently because I let it get like with no air conditioning on. So I had to like brush Catwoman's hair to get tangles out.
Oh, it's so fun. It's ridiculous. Dude, I'm sure you
have I mean, it's a little bit easier on 3rd scale versus 6th scale. So I will that. But to me, I think this, when people finally get it in hand, I think this will be the ultimate Gal Gadot because it takes the best things. Because I think that body and all that stuff, and you can make the argument, I think the 84 Wonder Woman is the best Wonder Woman figure they put out. It's like taking the body and all that stuff, giving everybody the accessories that they really, really wanted for the figure. Mm-hmm. And if the rooted hair came out, it's fantastic. Now, my problem is if the figure ends up being like $400,
it's going to be more than $400.
It's going to be more than that.
Yeah, because it's like $330 or something like that in Hong Kong. $340.
Something like that. I didn't remember the price off the top of my head. I think I'll be honest with you. I think this is going to be like with taxes and shipping through Sideshow about $450.
Yeah. I doubt I'll buy it for that much. I don't think it's that good for that much money. If it's more than Carnage, like if that's more than I paid for Carnage, I'm just like, nope, nope. But that being said, this might be if you got a Justice League collection, you've got the rest of the Justice League and everything. Oiler.
Euler says, is Wonder Woman wearing a Wonder Bra or does she eat Wonder Bread? I don't. Maybe a little bit of both, dude.
Well,
There's got to
fair.
be something that gives that wonder to the Wonder Woman name.
Do you
Something
think
there,
this
dude.
would probably be like this would be the perfect if you own Justice League, like the other Justice League figures, to finish it with like that and Cyborg? This would be the perfect Wonder Woman to go in there. Like this would be the ultimate Wonder Woman to complete your set, I think, for that, because
I think
the
so
Wonder
too.
Woman before is just a slight too bright. It's that one works, I think, just as well.
Exactly.
Almost,
That's what I was
but-
saying. This is the Justice League style where it's the darker colors, and that's what I preferred. So, like, again, Lane, and I don't know if you heard me when I was talking first about this, but when I saw this, dude, I'm like, this checks all of the boxes for me, and I'm like, I'm very intrigued by this. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of rooted hair, but it has all of really what I want, so I'm willing to take a chance on it and kind of check it out. And dude, it's cool, man.
And it's still the thing I would say though, if you guys don't love rooted hair, the Wonder Woman 84 one for 255, like that's a really good figure too, because I mean it's mostly that. I think the head sculpt's the same, but the facial sculpt is the same.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Like this is probably will be the Ultimate Wonder Woman. It's just too bad it's going to be like 300 in the US. You know, it almost feels like maybe it should be the reverse, where this should be the one that was more readily available, even if it was more expensive.
Violet's calling it. Come on, Violet's throwing out the smoke for the Hot Toys there. The Barbie rooted hair.
Yeah, but it's. Would you guys? Does it feel like maybe almost this should have been the one that was regularly available, and then with the sculpted hair and something? I mean, we're gonna look at the that Batman that looked like Christian Bale was like, you know, watching Adam West Batman episodes late at night and just got drunk and decided he would go spray paint one of his suits
He
to
just
look
wanted,
like
he wanted to change it up a little bit, Lane.
He looked like he spray painted his suit to look like Adam West Batman.
He wanted to change it up a little bit. We're going to talk about it, Lane. I want to address Trevor's comment really quick. Trevor says, if you're judging rooted hair on what Hot Toys has done in the past, that is not quality rooted hair. Yeah, no, Trevor, like I said, I've said it many times in the past. That was just my experience with rooted hair. I know that's not quality. It looks like crap. I've said it many times. It's frizzy. It's very shiny. It doesn't look realistic. But that was just my personal experience, and that was enough to stray me away from rooted hair. And again, I know you do a lot of the custom stuff. Me personally, a lot of that stuff gets in a very high price range that I personally like to stay out of. So I'm just basing it on my personal experience with the rooted hair. I haven't owned any other rooted hair figures. So, and Big Dog Pound, I did say to you that I was going to save the grand intro for Chris. And, you know, unbeknownst to us, dude, he's here backstage, but he's ready, dude, because I could see the belt draped over his shoulder. So without further ado, let's give him the spotlight, because here he is, Chris, the Collecting Madness.
Ding, ding, ding.
What's up, people? I got a bit of a different belt. Now, it's a bit smaller, but don't underestimate it because it spins, okay?
Shoot, man.
Spinning out of control, just like this stream's about to, if you feel me. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Woohoo! Welcome to the channel.
There you go.
I would
Great
watch
to
out,
have
man.
you here, Chris.
Chris, if you don't think
Just in
John
time for
Cena
Wonder
saw
Woman.
you after you stole his belt out of his house, there, you better watch out, man. Are you going to be in the STFU tapping out
Yeah,
faster than you know?
I still need to get the adult size replica of this one. Just haven't had time, but this one was given to me by my grandmother. So
Yes, don't forget your pomade for the rooted hair. And Trevor asks, is anyone going to care about this Wonder Woman in 5 years, though? She has one good movie and one good short guest appearance. I mean, dude, it's hard to say, right? And there's been so many Wonder Woman figures. It will be interesting for sure to see how a lot of these characters age. But the thing is, though, Trevor, the other thing we have to keep in mind is with this new 10-year plan, it really depends on how well that's received, because it may become a thing where these versions of these characters and these films become so coveted. Kind of what happened with Star Wars, you know, the sequel trilogy wasn't very widely accepted by a lot of Star Wars fans. So some Star Wars fans who were kind of iffy on that prequel trilogy kind of held the prequel trilogy tight as well because of what they saw. So, I mean, depending on how this 10-year plan goes and how well it's received and the casting choices they make, fan reception to that, you know, people may gain a new appreciation for these characters. You never know. So we'll see what happens. There you go. It's the rootin' tootin' brown truck wheeling belt slinging Chris.
The wedding ring wearing, truck driving, hot toys wheeling and dealing. That's right.
But Chris, since we got you talking, bro, you came in just in time. What are your thoughts on this Wonder Woman, man? And I know how you feel about it. I feel like this one kind of checked all those boxes for you as well. But what are your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, man, I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's exactly what I was looking for. You know, we had mentioned in art, of course, because they've been doing the whole rooted hair game. And I was going to see what was up with that. But then that Wonder Woman 84, the final one, just came out looking so good. I was tempted to buy it. And long and behold, held out just a little bit without even meaning to. And they dropped this bomb.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me right now, it may be something that I have to wait on or like pass on as the moment and get it later on down the line. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with this figure. I would be excited to have it in my collection. And I don't know if you already mentioned if you were getting this or not to the people, Connor, but
I did. Yeah, I did. I know a lot of people are probably like gasp because I'm not a big rooted hair guy, but yeah, I did mention, and for those of you who are just getting here, I did secure a pre-order, again, I mentioned through Plastic Hero Collectibles, Jeremy Casa. I did put a link now in the description to his Facebook group. I'm not sure he's able to get any more of these, but feel free to reach out to him to see if he has any more. I know these were very difficult to get for like William Wang and other resellers, so... but yeah, I did end up grabbing this one, Chris, because I'm very excited to compare this one to my Justice League Deluxe. And I have a feeling, and like Trevor said, if they do the rooted hair right, I mean, this could be a winner, man. And this maybe holding this one next to the past and my past bad experiences, maybe this will change my mind on rooted hair. You know, I have an open mind. That's not to say I'm going to buy rooted hair for everything, because I really do like sculpted hair so much, but I'm certainly willing to give this one a chance. And someone made a comment too, Chris. I think it was FBJ. Let me scroll up a little bit.
yeah, because I was actually going to say, if it goes missing in your collection, you know,
yeah, I'll know who it is, right? I'll know who did it. It's going to be you. FBJ says Hot Toys fine print, hair shown does not reflect what's inside the packaging. Styling will be needed. And yeah,
yikes, that's kind of a bummer, you know,
Yeah,
especially with their past rooted sculpts. That makes me a bit nervous, not gonna lie.
yeah, and the old rooted hair, I remember it would show up with that plastic around it, and it was like constricted in the back because it had the plastic wrapped around it to keep it in place. And it did require a lot of styling. And again, with the type of hair, that cheap, shiny hair that they use, it didn't work for me.
I don't think Gamora's hair was that bad from Volume 2, if I remember.
It's bad, but I think what it is because it's got the multiple colors, it kind of hides the crimes a little bit. Yeah, it hides the crimes a little bit for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, final thoughts. I think it's beautiful. I think you know, with the one that just came out with the sculpted hair, everybody seemed to be really happy with that one. This one just seems to be duplicated and kind of upgraded, and you get the stuff that I wanted in the first place. So just it's weird. Like, I'm happy that it's an exclusive, but I'm not at the same time, because this is the Wonder Woman that I much would have like rather seen come out in the first place.
Yeah,
because they've done her rooted hair before, and now if, you know, they improved, they could be like, hey, now this is what we're doing, instead of putting it kind of exclusive. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And I have another question for you. And Trevor is saying not styling, touch up with a small amount of water if they package it correctly. Yeah, I mean, the least amount of work I have to do when it shows up, the better, Trevor. So I really am pulling for this one. And he said F's in the chat. Yes, pre-F's, guys. And again, we're going to talk about the numbers and everything, the means of acquiring these figures after we talk about the Batman figure. But right now we're just talking about how the figure looks and our thoughts on it. And Chris, do you have any thoughts on Hot Toys kind of switching over and giving us a taste of some higher quality materials for the hair? Do you think that's a step in the right direction? And do you think that's a sign of anything in the future? Do you think this may become a premium only thing? Do you think maybe, you know, we talked about, hey, that'd be cool if maybe the DX line started getting more quality materials like rooted hair, rooted wool hair and stuff like that. Do you think that's a good sign for the future?
Yes and no. Yes, because of material, but I think no because of cost, of course. Um, we've seen at least the pricing within art, and I feel that was instantly when I found out the price of this. I instantly kind of thought of, well, that's kind of in their ballpark for a
Yeah.
rooted sculpt. But now, if they're not even saying like it's going to come like that style, then I don't know, and only time will tell within art. They have been doing newer things and innovating and including more and more in the package, like with the USB lighting, the lightsabers, the rolling eyeball seems to come with every figure now. They're doing these silicone bodies that are upgraded with the metal, so who knows? It may be a new thing going forward. Maybe they start with female characters like this. They've experimented with Wonder Woman before. It seems to be more of a female thing for them. And if they want to try for the male sculpts or whatever, then I don't see why not.
Did Chris freeze up for you guys? Am I frozen?
No, it was probably me then. Am I frozen?
I
Can you
can't
can
see
you guys
'cause-
hear me? Lane, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh man, that just lagged hardcore for me. I was trying to take a comment off of the screen. It just completely froze on me.
Wait, but I can still be heard or something?
I could hear
Yeah,
you. Maybe
no,
it was on
I can
my
hear
end.
you.
I think maybe I
Okay.
froze up. I think maybe I froze up.
Because I can see Chris moving.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's probably
okay.
on my
Cool.
end. So sorry to interrupt you, Chris. I just couldn't hear you. You're like completely frozen for me, and I froze up. So that's my bad.
No, that's all good.
And Brandon, funny you mentioned this because in the Facebook chat earlier, someone brought this up. What if they did all wool hair for Chewbacca? Well, that'd be super expensive, but maybe. And admittedly, guys, I didn't hate how the A New Hope Chewbacca looked. I think he looks pretty good. I mean, obviously Chewbacca's hair is very unruly, so it kind of lends itself to that. But an all wool hair Chewbacca, that would probably be pretty cool. It would be expensive, that's for sure, but I think it'd be neat. I do think that would be a cool attempt from Hot Toys if they do that. Euler says, just a side thought, InArt was planning on announcing a rooted Wonder Woman, and Justin shared after he saw a few pics of stuff that they're working on in Vegas. They are prototyping a blue and gray Batman.
You know what?
Yeah, I mean...
Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
But that whole, because I had mentioned the InArt Wonder Woman, I'm wondering if now that Hot Toys has this rooted silicone body, it's pretty close to as real as you can get, I suppose. Wonder if InArt did it, what their pricing's going to be now. I think theirs is Justice League, right? But still,
yeah,
this will factor in, are they really competitive? You know what I'm saying? But
I think... Yeah, and Chris, a lot of people were asking, do I think this is a direct response to InArt? I don't think it's a direct response. I think what it is
yeah, no.
people have been asking for materials. I'm sure Hot Toys took into consideration, wow, people are shelling out this money for these InArt figures that have higher quality materials. But to say this is a direct response to InArt, I don't think that's true just because they haven't released their Wonder Woman yet. We haven't seen even a prototype yet. So I think this is really just Hot Toys taking a look at the market, seeing that there's a want for exclusive figures, and also seeing that there's a want for better materials. And also, Hot Toys knows we've been disrespecting their rooted hair for years. We know it's garbage. We know it's trash, right?
And they know this is an easy win because, at least this figure is an easy win because they can reuse a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. They had to put some time into making sure the head sculpt worked with the rooted hair. And they can do it as a limited thing. So it comes out, people want some exclusive, not all of their stuff, but they want some stuff exclusivity. I mean, this is easy mode. Unless they really screw up the production of it or something, have major QC problems during the production of it. That's the only thing, but that's going to be, months from now. It's not going to be right now. This will look like a win for them, at least for the summer.
Yeah, exactly. Monica says Supergirl has no hair. Dude, I was really hoping to see a Supergirl figure. I haven't obviously seen the film yet because it's not out yet, but I'm very excited to see her portrayal of the character because I love the costume design. I really do. So hopefully they're saving that for closer to when the film comes out.
Hopefully they could just take out that Dark Flash and stick a Supergirl in there because I know we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that Dark Flash later. I know a lot of people are ready to talk about that.
I'll put it to you as a preview, guys. Probably what we probably will be mentioning if during the preview for the Flash, where Justin Collectibles calls it a piece of bleep in the opening to his video, where he's talking about the Flash figure, and he mentions the Dark Flash and calls it that. probably not a good sign for the rest
Dude,
of them.
if you look at the McFarlane toy, it's literally a 12-inch McFarlane toy with a Hot Toy price tag. It's not going to be
Yes.
worth it.
And we've seen a lot of figures like that recently. And we're going to bring up examples, guys, when we take a look at all the photos from the event. We're going to bring up examples when we talk about that Dark Flash. Real quick, I'm going to read this comment. We're going to move on to the Batman. And then we're going to talk about both these figures as a whole in terms of how to get them in the U.S. and the process that we're going to see for those. Oilers says, Yost talked about doing a DeLorean, and then a couple months later, Hot Toys announced the DeLorean and rushed it out. Where's my full... Oilers, I feel like on your bench in your office, you have a tinfoil hat just sitting there waiting to put it on.
Probably like 10 or 20 already, so you can just take them on and stick them on.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
exactly.
if you go to Amazon, you can get tinfoil beanies.
There you go. Oilers, maybe invest in a tinfoil beanie. I didn't even know about that, dude.
You can
Dark
get beanies that look like they're made of tinfoil. They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that, dude. I don't know if it's going to fit on my big head, but we'll take a look at that. Maybe I'll have to get myself a tinfoil beanie. Dark
Anybody
Flop.
that buys one, you're welcome. Tinfoil beanie.
Well,
Or if you want, or that could be your hat for part if you decide to cosplay as the Tin Man from Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz.
wow, Lane, there's a two complete Alice in Wonderland. Close enough, right? Close enough.
Yeah. Same thing. Girl gets trapped in a weird world.
Right, right. Same concept, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, big head gang. Let's go, big head gang. But here we go, guys. And I already know what I have to say about this fig at some point. You guys might not like it. But I will start by saying this, guys. This should have been Adam West. And the other side to that is that blue and gray suit with Batfleck. That's the two options I would have seen for this. Would this have been my first choice as much as I like Bale Batman? No. Do we have plenty of options for Bale Batman? Yeah.
Yes.
We have plenty of options. There's been many releases of this suit. We have the DX19. We have the clear Armory. And we're going to take a look at updated photos of that, thanks to Monica. So the DX19 with the clear Armory set just recently came out for pre-order not long ago. So to see this as a WB100, this goes back, guys, to the conversation we had about D100. The Disney 100 celebration, and how an Iron Man wouldn't have been my first choice, and it's going to be the same for this one. Why? And the question that arises and that I had with myself is like, why would they choose these? Well, it's very obvious to me when I think about it. I'm like, well, these are licenses that they already have. They don't have to spend any additional money. These are limited release figures. Why not? And this is them talking. This is my thought of their inner monologue. Why not just put these out? They could reuse a license they've already paid for, not have to spend money on a new license and put out 1,500 piece figures and call it a day. I'm not surprised that they went this route. We know what they do with the Iron Man figures. They constantly reuse them. They reissue them. They 2.0 them. They repaint them like the D100 Iron Man. So would this have been my first choice? Absolutely not. It would not have been my first choice. I think when you're talking about WB100, Adam West has to be the main part of the conversation. We're talking about Batman. Yeah, Adam West.
Because his costume influenced Batman for like the next 20 or almost 30
and
years.
his portrayal
for the
influenced what Batman is today. Very much so. So this is certainly not what, if I wasn't running the company, this would not have been my first thought. I would have thought, hey, Adam West would be a good idea. I know a lot of people want that. With that being said, though, guys.
Connor, a quick question for you.
Sure.
Would you admit, though, that, and when you get to them later, when you probably get some of Monica's pictures, seeing the actual, not the blogger photos, but actually seeing the suit and everything, like live, some pictures of it, it does look better than here.
Yeah.
No, it still looks like trash.
Well,
so this is where it comes in. This is where I said I'm going to make some people, maybe not upset, but be like, you're an idiot. And
that's what Monica just
Trevor's
said.
saying Adam West isn't under WB, though. I don't know. I don't know if he's 100%. I thought he was, but I could be wrong. But either way, when we're celebrating Batman, everything under WB, DC, I would have liked them to make it happen. However they could make it happen. But this is what I'm going to say, guys. I don't like that the blue is chrome at all, but I kind of like this figure. I personally love like the celebration stuff. Like I went for the D100 Iron Man. I have that on order. I like the stuff celebrating 100 years. These anniversary figures are really cool to me. I don't hate how it looks. The only thing, there's two things to me where I'm like, that's very puzzling that they made this decision. Number one, why is there a metallic look to it? I don't like the metallic. I think that was very goofy, and it was a weird decision to go metallic on that. I don't know if they're like, oh, celebration, it has to be shiny. I don't know if that's their decision-making process. I don't know. And number two, why doesn't it have a blue cape? The cape should have been blue. That would have really enhanced the look. I know this is not for everybody. Trust me. I totally get the thoughts on this one. But I think it's cool. And I think part of it, guys, again, it's not really just the look of the figure that I like. I think it's just what it comes with. I love that bat, that reuse of the Morbius base. I like that a lot. I do like that kind of bat symbol. Although someone mentioned, I think it might have been CMB, maybe it was you. You said it should have been yellow. The bat symbol should have been yellow. But yeah, if they're talking about, and they did mention in these photos, guys, this is a comic-inspired look. So I feel like as lazy as this announcement is, they should have gone a little bit further. You know, they should have put more thought into it. If you're just going to repaint something, you could put a little bit more thought into it. So I'm not saying this was a great idea. I'm not saying this would have been my first choice. Another one that comes up that a lot of people are saying is a Christopher Reeve Superman. I think there's a lot of better choices you could have gone with for 100 years of WB. But with that being said, I actually kind of like how this figure looks. I got to be honest with you. Is it top tier? No, but I think it's cool, and I like the fact that it's a celebration figure, and I will be picking this up. So I know everybody's like, boo, this guy's an idiot. I get it. But for me, I got to be honest with you. I'm always honest with you guys when it comes to these figures. I kind of like it. I think it's a cool concept. Is it perfectly executed? Absolutely not. But I'm excited to check it out in person for myself. It may show up, and I may be like, this is stupid. Why did I buy this? But if that happens, I will let you guys know. But I definitely wanted to check it out myself. Before we move on to CMB, I want to see some comments because I know a lot of people are just making their initial impressions on this. Big Dog Pound says, just sell us the accessories pack. Yeah, that would have been cool. I know a lot of people, and it's funny, so many times, I know CMB and I especially were like, dude, like that Morbius base will go perfect with Batman. So I guess enough people were saying that's where Hot Toys was like, hell yeah, let's reuse that. Let's reuse that base for Batman. So no surprise here. That they reuse this base for Batman, but I do think the base is cool because I liked it a lot with Morbius, so I think it's cool that they use it for Batman. Monica is saying this looks, because obviously Monica has seen this in person. He says it looks as awful in pics as it does in person. Well, I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm very glad to hear that it's gonna look awful for me. Control Elite says, first impression is I dislike it, but somehow it seems to be growing on me, but I still will not be getting this. And that's very fair. This is certainly one that a lot of people are going to say a big hell no to. They're going to be passing on this one. That's a very easy pass for a lot of people. And Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare, is here as he's loading in. What's up, Sean? I think you might be the only one today on my side about this figure. We'll have to wait and see what everybody says. Oh, Trevor says, so I'm sorry, guys. My dreams of the Adam West being part of the WB 100 have been crushed. He says Fox owns Batman 66. So sorry to get your hopes up on that one. I didn't do my homework clearly on that one. I just assumed. Thank you, Trevor. Stevie said, just what I thought. Trash. But I'll read more of your comments, guys. I want to hear CMB's thoughts on this figure because obviously he seems to have very different thoughts on this one than I do. CMB, let's hear your thoughts, man, on this special comic inspired Bale Batman.
Trash, absolute trash. Like you could have. I mean, I understand why they used Bale because I mean they're coming off hot with the DX19 and the Armory, so the molds and everything they're still hot and they have the extra pieces to actually use it. And just all they had to do was take the figure and just change the paint scheme, you know, from black to gray and then add the chrome blue. But me personally, like if you were going to go old school Batman route with the gray and blue, then you could have at least put in some yellow around the bat symbol on his chest to give it that classic look. Why did you use, like you said, why did you use chrome blue? Why isn't the cape blue? You know, there's so many things that just leave me to, when I look at him, like this was a wasted opportunity. They could have literally gone back and used Batfleck from either Suicide Squad or Justice League or even the Zack Snyder line and given us that suit with the traditional blue and gray. Because granted, Ben Affleck denied his likeness for the Flash movie, but he didn't deny it for anything else because Hot Toys still has that likeness rights because that's why we got the Tactical Suit 2.0 because they didn't have to ask him for the likeness because they had already paid for that.
Right.
So they could have just gone back and used I think Batfleck would have been a lot better looking with the blue and gray. I think with Christian Bale, it doesn't look right. I think because he's got more of the tactical armor plating suit. Because Nolan said he wanted to give him more of a realistic military look, and that's how he got his suit. But for me, I mean, like I said, I understand at a business standpoint, they had they probably had the mold and all these figures ready to go still from DX19 and obviously the armory that's coming. So as a bit on a business standpoint, it makes sense because you're not. I wouldn't say you're cutting corners, but you're saving money as a business. And any business will tell you, like, if we can make a profit but still save money, then they're gonna do that. And that's just how it works. So I could see why. And then the reuse of the Morbius bats and everything. But for me, I don't like the way it looks. And honestly, it's that chrome. I think if they would have made it dull blue, I might have been more willing to want to pick this up, but that chrome blue just throws it off, and it to me it's garbage. I have no interest in this figure whatsoever.
Yeah.
And for me, it's an easy pass. That's money I'm saving. There's missed opportunity to use, like I said, Batfleck. So and like you said, there were other characters for Warner Brothers 100 that they could have thought about using, but they didn't. But like I said, as a business, I can see why they did it.
Yeah, that's true. And Cigars, I think most people are going to agree with you on this one. I think what you said is essentially summing up what the community as a whole has thought about this figure. That's why I made the joke with Sean, like he might be one of the people. We have one more person, Sean, part of the team muffed up Batman here, and that's Mike. Mike says, I already bought the blue bale from overseas. I said it before and I'll say it again. The more people that crap on it, the more I like it, LOL. I like it because of how dumb it looks. Hey, I mean, maybe it has that charm. Admittedly, I really liked that that Ant-Man and the Wasp first figure sculpt because of that goofy smile. Everybody was crapping on it, so I'm like, dude, I'm definitely putting that sculpt on my figure. So that's one way to think about it.
We're still missing them showing us the updated Paul Rudd sculpt from the new one. Thinking about that now, as you mentioned, Ant-Man too.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe someday over the rainbow lane, they gotta get this figure out first, dude. This is more important. Barrett says this is hideous, Lane. He wouldn't take it if it was free. What about you, Lane? What are your thoughts on this Batman figure, dude?
Oh, for some reason, just seeing the of the Batman, like the face plates of like just some of the maybe not best facial plate moments of Bale Batman, it does look kind of almost even more goofy. But having seen the non-blogger pictures of this, I actually think this look. Now I'm not going to say it looks good because I'm not that crazy, but it's hard for me to say with all the Batmans that we have, even some ones that waitlisted, but you still might be able to get, like you were talking about tactical suit. I mean, I still think the Bat Cowl look to this one is better than the most recent one we got, the Batfleck one.
Yeah,
I hate that. I hate that figure. Like I hate that Batman a lot. The one with from the new movie. I actually think the color combination works better for me. If just like you were talking about, if just the cape was the blue, I think that would make a difference for it. It's hard for me to tell people that necessarily. I think the background for this is really cool. Like that's the one selling point to me for it. Which helps with the Wonder Woman, what we were talking about. For whatever we think about reuse of the figure and worry about that if you have it on that stand display, that's maybe the final thing that sends that figure over to being really good because you have all that, which is that extra special thing that makes it a little bit nicer, for the higher price point, maybe. I still think this looks really cool with the bats, even though if they are reusing it basically from Morbus. I am thinking because I'm on the RSVP for it. If I probably get it, I'll probably pick it up. It really is going to depend on the price.
Woo! Lane's team, ugly Batman. Woo!
Yeah. Well, because I'm thinking of the thing I might actually use it for, which is backstage after tonight. I'm going to get your guys' opinion and stuff. I talked about it a little bit last night on CW at After Dark, and everybody told me don't do the idea that I was thinking I was doing because it won't work and this and that. But I think this Batman, like I said, seeing the live action pictures for like Monica took and stuff, I know he says he still looks like trash. I think it looks better and more so. For some reason, it just didn't work for me in a lot of these pictures. Well, maybe so. He was blue balled.
Blue balls
by
bats.
Catwoman and other stuff.
You can always just tell everybody. You can just tell everybody this is Bizarro World Batman.
You know, that is a good point. It could be.
You know what this looks like, Cigars? This looks like an alternate like DLC suit in the Arkham games. That's what this looks like to me. It's like one of those weird.
You just say this is Bizarro World Batman.
Yeah,
it's so because it's an icon. Even if it was I don't know, like a better version of the Batman Begins suit or something like that, which is kind of very like, would it look kind of as weird? Maybe it's just because we've had this suit in style from Dark Knight Rises. We've had the DX9 recently. We just had, wasn't the quarter scale just came out like not too long ago?
It was just released not long ago. Yeah,
it's because I think it's at least one.
It's
of the
DC Fever, baby. We just said that at the beginning. It's DC Fever, man. It's just crazy.
I think because we've had this look of the classic look so like say it had been 2 years since we got a Bale Batman and they put this one out. We may not know. I mean, it would still look funky, but we may not be thinking about it so much because we've literally this year had in our purview 2 other Bale Batmans that don't look weird, or don't look so different from this,
Right.
I still think it looks better than the Batman Begins one with that head cowl and stuff.
It's funny because someone brought up maybe they should have done Peyton said Batman Begins might have looked better. Peyton, don't you wish that on us? We saw how that Batman Begins suit went. That would have, bro.
Now, if it was that body and how that went in this, then everybody who got it would just people would buy it to get together, set up a big bonfire, burn all 3 of them,
right.
300 together. But I think it's all right. I guess maybe the problem is for being such even like you talked about with the Silver Centurion, March 7. For an anniversary one like this, I know they were using stuff, but for such a limited edition, it doesn't feel like this is the only first one of the 3 they've had for anything like this that feels like it's all right, where you just kind of go, yeah, all right, or bad, it's bad or at best, all right.
Right. I don't think anybody that saw this wasn't like, yes, yes, I was hoping they would, I mean, it's not one of those things.
Which feels like kind of a little bit of for Batman of all the characters. I mean, in some ways, I would have been more understanding if Wonder Woman didn't get necessarily as good a one versus Batman, but especially like you said, they got 50 Batmans they could choose to do for this.
Right, and I agree with Cigars. Like, there's a lot of other options they could have taken, some licenses that they already had, and I do agree with Trevor as well. He's talking about how the chrome is bizarre, and I do agree. It's why it's to me they're shiny equals celebration. It's like everything with the D100 Iron Man everything was shiny. The backdrop was shiny. The Wonder Woman background shiny. It's a very weird choice. I do agree with that. I think if they would have done a little bit lighter of a blue and it was matte and that they did that blue cape, I think a lot more people would have been on board with this one. And also, funnily enough, Owen in the DTOF pointed out that OT Customs did a render of this exact style of look for the DX19 long ago. So it's so funny to see they did that render before, and now we're seeing it here done by Hot Toys. Very interesting to see indeed, because I feel like Hot Toys has definitely taken some cues from OT Customs in the past. Not as many as they should have, I know a lot of people will say, but yes, Team Ugly Batman, and yes, it's like we have to do like a hand signal. Team Ugly Batman, Blue Chrome Baddie, unite, and we have to do some hand signals. I don't know. But moving on to Chris, because I know Chris and I were talking about this one a little bit on the phone the other day when it first dropped, but Chris, I know you have some things to say about this figure, so I want you to share your thoughts, everybody. What are your thoughts on this announcement, man?
For me personally, it's just a money saver, but I don't even know where to begin. I'm happy for DC fans are getting stuff, but at the same time, it's Hot Toys, they could definitely be doing other characters in the line. I feel like Batman right now, I'm not even, you guys know, the biggest Batman fan, and I'm Batman tapped out at this point, and they're not even giving me the Batman that I want. Yeah, that's the other thing that's upsetting. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We talked about how at least I don't like the mechanized look or the armored look. I would like just fabric suit of Affleck or something like that, or even some type of classic Batman from
Even the
in
BVS
animation
suit
or
with this
something.
look, you know, that would have been cool.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, and then that would bring me to that classic kind of look. But I also just don't collect anything that I guess I didn't see in the film. So if I was going to get a Bale Batman, it would definitely be from Begins or The Dark Knight.
Mhm.
If I decided to go that route. So this wouldn't even come into the collection, even if I was a Bale Batman fan. I mean, I am, but like, you know what I mean. And the other thing is, I made jokes at those bats that it comes with. They really looked like mechanical
Yeah,
bats.
so guys,
to me.
Chris asked me, he's like, "Are those robot bats?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He's like, "The base, are those robo bats? Like, is that something in the film?" Like, I'm like, "Dude, those are supposed to be real bats." He's like, "Oh, those look like robot bats to me." So apparently,
Dude, they
Chris
look terribly sculpted. They need to work on that.
Chris thinks that my favorite base is their robot bats.
Bats
Anybody
are a
else?
little bit furry, bro. They don't look plasticky and shiny like that.
Well, Chris, they're saving money by not giving them hair, I guess.
Yeah,
Guys,
I don't
anyone
know.
else in the chat think they were robo bats? I'm curious. Anyone else think they were robot
In
bats?
not in this photo, it doesn't look like it, but on my phone there was one shot where it looked like there was gold lighting on some of them, where it looked like it was in the wings and like in the face. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. But
That's
How much do bats cost in the Matrix?
I think on a positive note, if you're getting it, I think tailoring looks cool. You know, it is Bale. The cowl looks cool as far as sculpt. I know you guys don't like the shiny. It doesn't really bother me that much. I just think we're all used to seeing it being like black or a darker color. But
Yeah.
yeah,
You want
and-
rooted
and-
bats? You want rooted bats, Chris? Is that what you want?
Yes, I do. Did someone say rooted? I heard it. No.
Droid bats.
And-
Eclectic says they're droid bats. By the way, what's up, MB Dyson and Eclectic? Great to have you
He
here.
wants them so real they'll give you rabies.
There you
Damn
go.
right. And final note is, you never know. Like, we see it in here, and then we always get it in hand, and we're like, okay, this is better. And picks, whether it's in person, maybe don't do it justice either. But I feel like I know I haven't picked up certain things, and then I've seen it at Connor's house, and I'm like, damn, it looks pretty good in person. Now I'm not gonna pick it up if it doesn't, connect
Right, but
with
it
me in the
changes your
collection. That's
perspective
just
a
how it
little
goes.
bit.
Right. I can just respect it a little bit more. So I'd be excited to see this one in person.
Yeah. Apparently, the bat should have been chrome and not the cow. Hey, maybe it would have worked
Yeah.
better. Who knows, man? But Sean, redeem us, dude. Join us, the group of 5 people that are buying this figure. Redeem us, dude. What are your thoughts on this set, man?
So, I'm going to say I'm getting it. Just because it's Batman. I like the background. I don't have a prejudice towards bats like, Chris does. Apparently he has a problem with small rodents and things.
Yeah, I know. He just went on a tangent.
It's
there.
okay, dude. It's fine. Just because they're taller than you, and you're jealous.
Damn.
Whoa. What are
Ouch.
we bringing height into it?
I was
for
wondering
now?
why Sean came in late. He was saving up the jokes for you, Chris.
But anyways,
Holy cow.
I would really like a blue cape with this.
Dude, Sean.
I'm not
let's
positive
hit
on
up
the
OT
chrome and
Customs,
everything.
dude.
The background is awesome, though. That bat signal
Let me get a better shot.
with
of
the
it.
bats and everything. That looks amazing. I like the lighter gray color on it as well. But the chrome paint with the blue, I mean, it's all right. It's not anything I ever would have chosen. But it really does need a blue cape. Now, for me, if I was going to do this for Warner Brothers 100, I would have gone with the Frank Miller
Oh, okay.
version for a Batfleck, using the first actual Batman versus Superman and making that the gray and the blue. And then possibly getting around the symbol for the bat insignia, doing like a yellow lining around it. I think that would have been great.
The yellow would have added a lot of pop. I like Cigars shared that with me, as I mentioned earlier, and I thought that was a great thought. Like if that backdrop was yellow, since it is comic inspired, like the bat symbol is yellow, like it would have popped a lot more.
At this
I think.
point, I'm about ready to go get Batman and Robin.
Dude, you should. You should,
Don't
man.
give me my damn Affleck.
I know you should, dude. Those are great figures.
Yeah, they look good.
All right, we're not gonna cigars. We're not gonna let this one slide, dude. He said the bats inside the bat signal remind me when bugs get caught in the outdoor
Yeah.
case of.
You know, the bat symbol for, you know,
Those bats look
Yes.
more real.
that should be rooted too, by the way.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know, and the hair.
I mean,
That's
am I wrong? Look at the bat
uniform.
signal. Doesn't it
The
look like
hair
a bunch
under
of
the cowl
mosquitoes?
should be rooted. His
Yeah.
eyelashes should be rooted.
Looks like a bunch
come
of
on.
damn bugs caught inside a light case, man.
They look better than those actual bats do, flying to the right of them.
Happy Ghostbusters Day, by the way, everyone. Thanks for reminding us,
Yeah.
MB Tyson. Yes, it's Ghostbusters Day, so happy Ghostbusters Day, everybody.
Happy Ghostbusters Day to you.
Yeah, where's Sean? Or excuse me, Sean.
Yeah, where is Sean?
Where's
Where's
Mr. Mom?
Ryan, the
Yeah.
big Ghostbusters fan, not here on Ghostbusters Day, dude? You're
That's
supposed
because
to.
he's out ghosting some boats.
I know.
you know?
He's
He's out busting.
But no, like
Austin
overall,
says,
like
yeah.
Wonder Woman looks fantastic. I have the '84 Wonder Woman, and that's good. But I actually like how they did that and how it's multiple parts together for that. And I think that would have been better with this if they did multiple parts from different Batmans to form one. Could have made this a lot better.
What is this, Transformers?
But I'm still getting it because I do like it. Is it like my favorite thing? No. But it's a WB 100.
Build a bat.
It'll stand out. But I am more than likely going to try and find a custom blue cape.
Sean, we're gonna do that together, dude. We got to convince some OT Customs.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do it, man. They always come in clutch with these figures, so maybe they'll do it.
And yeah, and try and get that blue cape to match
Yeah.
the color of this though, because we get another blue cape, then it'll look like more ass than what it already is.
I don't want a metallic blue cape though. Just a
No, I don't want a blue metallic, but I want a blue cape that matches.
Sean wants like one with glitter and sparkles all over it to match the metallic. I'll pick it up. real quick.
No, that was what you were wearing last night, Skittles.
Maybe.
Taste the rainbow.
That's right. You can see Gotham in the background. That is.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I feel like that's just going to be so crappy in person, like just a printed image and blurry.
I don't think it's gonna be blurry. Hot Toys does have pretty high quality prints like
Their
on their backdrops. And
backdrops
stuff.
suck.
Not. I think the
Wow.
newer ones, the background. is
The
pretty high
newer
quality.
ones, I should say, like
Yeah. Like the Rogue
those,
One one's pretty butt, but I think the rest of them, the newer ones, are
Bo-Katan
pretty good.
sucked.
I never used that one,
Be
so I
a
haven't
very
taken a good look at
durable
it.
cardboard.
It's gonna be
That
it's gonna be a
signal.
cardboard
That
cutout on
signal's
the
gonna
inside
be
with
very-
a plastic outer shell. Bantha Boy says, I just received a teletype from Lord Howe. He said, quit y'all bitching and buy my figures, all of them.
That's what we do.
F
Well,
you,
what if I
baby.
am bitching and I am buying the figure though?
Exactly.
Technically,
That's what we
that's
all
a win
do.
for both of us.
Okay, well,
You're now in line. How many minutes do you have? Oh, just
so guys, I was literally just pulling this up. I'm so glad you guys are seeing this because our next part of the conversation of talking about these figures is how do you get them through Sideshow? And we're just going to briefly talk about this. I'm glad this is popping up so I could show you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I just had the same thing happen. I was about to say, what the heck is going on with this again?
Yeah, so many times I've brought up on the stream, I'm like, dude, I wish Sideshow would do a queue system like Shop Disney, for example. Whenever you go for drops on Shop Disney, they do a queue system. And I think they've been testing this out over the past few days. I think that this is what they're going to do for these drops. I really do think. There it goes. We're back in. But I do think, guys, that we're going to see a queue system for this one. They have not mentioned anything about the lottery system this time around. So I think what's going to happen, they put a designated time on here, guys, so you could see celebrating 100 years of Warner Brothers. This is the RSVP, by the way, guys. If you go to the Coming Soon page on Sideshow, and I will drop the link in the chat after I go back to the Coming Soon page. I'll drop it for you, unless one of you guys want to drop it. How you're going to get these is I think they're going to do a drop at this exact time. It says pre-order beginning June 9th at 2 p.m. PT. And I think you're going to get put in the queue. So everybody's going to go to the website at the same time. To avoid it crashing like the first time, I think they're going to implement this queue system that they've been testing this past week. And me personally, I think this is the best route to go. Me personally, if I was going for these, I think that's the most fair chance. Lottery, you only have a chance if you get chosen. With the website crashing the first time around, you have no chance unless you got really lucky in the beginning with the in-game cap. I think this is the best option, personally. I've gone for many drops, whether it's in the sneaker community, Funko Pops, stuff on Shop Disney, like I said. I think the queue system is the most fair. It rewards those who get there first. And I think this is a good step in the right direction if this is what I think they're going to, if they do what I'm thinking, which I think is going to be a queue system. And Don, certainly bots could take it over, but also to counter that point, I know, and I'm not going to mention any names, I've seen people when it came to when it came to the D100 Iron Man, I saw people say they made 80 plus accounts to go for the D100 Iron Man. So both of them can be botted, to be fair. So either way, however you do it, there's going to be bots. However, I do still think you have a chance, more of a chance with this. I think this is the most fair way to go about it. With the limited of 300, which you're probably going to have on this one, I don't think they've mentioned the number specifically for the Batman yet. Not that I've personally seen. I know in the original Hot Toys post, they said 1,500 worldwide for Wonder Woman, but they didn't say anything for Batman. So I don't know what the number is on that Batman. But I will say I do think this is going to be a queue system. I think this is going to be a free-for-all. Everybody rushes to the site at this time, and you'll get put in the queue. That way the website doesn't crash. And I hate to say it for those that aren't a fan of that method, I do think this is the fairest way to do it. It's kind of in between, right? The lottery, you have basically no chance because everybody's signing up for extra accounts. I know plenty of people had extra accounts they signed up on. You had no chance at all, basically, to get it there. With this, I think it's the fairest way to do it. I think you have a fair chance, even if you don't have bots. So I'm going to be interested to see how this goes because I've been very happy with other websites that do a queue system. So this is my preferred method. This is what I was been hoping for a while. Trevor says they won't need 1,500 Batmans, 18 tops. Yeah, there you go. Maybe it'll be LE 18, dude, for the 18.
And out of the 18, 2 of them belong to you and Sean.
There you go, Sean. We're one of those
people
those
grab it
lucky
just
18,
to resell,
dude.
though.
Right, and that's going to be a big thing with these, right, guys? Everybody's gonna go for these, whether they want them or not, because it is a resellable figure for sure, because it's a limited WB 100 celebration figure. Lycan says, luckily I secured one through Toys Wonderland. Well, congratulations for that. I won't be going for anything from Toys Wonderland, but I hope it works out for you. And I'm not sure what they were charging for it, but apparently Bantha Boy says Sideshow bots are their friends and family. They let in early. You never know, dude. You never know. But so, guys, yeah, so make sure you RSVP. You can RSVP for both this one and the Batman figure. I'll go back so I can share the link with you all. To the coming soon page. I don't know if you guys are going to get put in a queue now, but here's the link, everybody, for this page. Again, if you want these, if you're going for them to make money off of them, if you're going for them because you want them, they're both here on the coming soon page. I'll click on the Batman so I could show you. This one is on the coming soon page as well. And again, it says this one doesn't have a specific time, interestingly enough. This one is a little different. I don't know if this one's going to be more readily available because this one just says beginning June 9th. It doesn't have a time. Again, Hot Toys didn't mention a edition size for this one in their post. So this one seems like it's going to be easier to get. And also, like Trevor said, most people probably aren't going to be going for this one unless they want to resell it. You know, I know Trevor didn't say that part, but I think most people are going to go for this one. Monica said, so who's going to tell him? Go ahead and tell me, dude. Go ahead and tell me. Actually, he might be talking about the Toys Wonderland thing. 1-6 Shooter says, secured through Toys Wonderland is an oxymoron. Yeah, I mean, like, and again, I hope it works out for you, dude. I know a lot of people have had horror stories. I don't personally promote them. I don't buy from them. Buy from who you guys trust the most and call it a day, you know. It's not someone I would personally buy from, but I hope it works out for you.
Did you see that guy
So
who
this
got
would
the
be-
Ecto One Afterlife from Toys Wonderland and he just got
Yeah,
the shipping
dude.
bill and they wanted $2,200 to ship it?
$2,200. Yeah, the shipping on that. I mean, at that point, I'd be like, you guys can keep it. Just give me a refund.
Yeah,
I
he
guess
said he
it depends
canceled
on
it.
where you are for them too.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. But $2,200, Chris, for an already $1,800
Oh,
was the retail.
Yeah.
You ain't got to tell me.
Hell no.
That's a
I
tough
would've-
pill
he
to
said he
swallow.
canceled it.
So I guess
I
this
would
is
have
going
done
to
the
be
same thing.
5 p.m. Eastern time for us.
Yeah, it'll be 5
on
p.m.
Friday.
Eastern.
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
guys,
tomorrow.
this is tomorrow, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. For those of you who are in Eastern, Again, I do foresee this being a queue system. Now, again, it's very interesting. They haven't mentioned edition size for Batman and Monica. If you've seen anywhere mentioned for the, excuse me, I'm about to burp. If you've mentioned anywhere an edition size for the Batman, please share it with us because I haven't personally seen it. All I've seen is the Wonder Woman. And I know that these sold out. I believe they both sold out in Hong Kong already. I know a lot of people were waiting in line for these. So 12-inch Moose Stream is here. What's up, dude? He says, hello, community of collectors. Can people vouch for our Pop Collectibles? I know a lot of people have had great experiences with them. I've never personally bought from them, so I can't personally speak on it, but I believe they're legitimate. I think I've seen a lot of people. Pablo, yes, sir. We are going to talk about the Harry Callahan towards the end because I'm very excited to talk about that one. But don't you worry, we're going to talk about him towards the end. Yes, I did see it, though. I'm very excited to talk about it. But yes, guys, so you guys now have the tools that you need. Make sure you RSVP. I will drop the link once more in the chat. Go to the coming soon page, RSVP, so you're notified as soon as these go up. Again, there's no time specifically mentioned for this Batman, but I guess he'll go up at the same time. It seems like maybe this one will be less limited compared to the Wonder Woman. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Owen says he's heard mostly good and some bad, better than Toys Wonderland at least. Yeah, I mean, again, I've heard mostly good things as well, but I've never personally bought from them, so I can't vouch for them myself. But moving on, guys, we're going to move on to a very exciting announcement from this morning. We're going to talk about the Flash, guys. We did get the announcement this morning for the Ezra Miller Flash. Yeah, and guys, I want to say, before we get started, I don't want to have the conversation about Ezra Miller. We're all very aware of the situation with Ezra Miller. I just want to talk about the figure tonight. So I know a lot of people are like, I'm not buying it because I don't like the guy. Tonight we're going to separate Ezra Miller as a person from just talking about the figure and how it looks and how good of a job Hot Toys did. So I just want to get that out of the way. We're not going to have that discussion about Ezra Miller. You guys have your thoughts on it. I know you guys share it very openly. But we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the figure tonight. But with that being said, guys, I think the figure actually looks really good. I think they did a really good job. We were kind of speculating about how the light up portion of the suit was going to work in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group chat. And it seems like we were right on the money. We kind of thought they were going to do that glowing effect with a black light for the lines on the suit, and then we would get a USB chest logo, kind of like we did with Black Adam, how he has that USB chest logo. Thankfully, we did get USB power on this one, and we'll see in some of the photos that Monica took and some of the videos we have, the cable does kind of tuck into his back, and I think in the pants it tucks in. But this is a USB-powered chest logo. So that's definitely a huge plus, and I think it looks really, really good. And overall, guys, I think Hot Toys did a beautiful job on this prototype. I think this looks awesome. I really do like this suit a lot. I was very happy to see this design and see how Hot Toys was going to implement it. I think it looks really good. I think the mask sculpt has a really good likeness to Ezra. And surprisingly to me, and obviously to a lot of people, they did actually go forward with a head sculpt on this one. So that was very surprising to me. I thought because of the situation, again, I don't want to talk about that too much, but I did expect them to leave the head sculpt out because of that. However, it looks like they decided to go with the head sculpt. So in terms of the likeness to Ezra Miller, I think they did a very good job. I think this is a very strong head sculpt. I think the likeness is really good. And overall, I'm very happy with how this figure looks. I love the suit. I love the design when I saw it in the trailer. And I think Hot Toys did the best job that they could with the complex design of this suit. And I think it looks fantastic. And when you zoom in, you can really see all the crazy little details in the suit. This is a very complicated costume design. So this is definitely really cool to me. Again, I love the head sculpt. And that's all I have to say about it. I'm really excited. I'm going to be picking this one up. We're going to take a look later after we get everybody's thoughts on this. We're going to take a look at the special accessory that they included with this one. Something a little bit different that I think is kind of neat myself. But yes, UV is the word I was looking for. Blacklight reactive. It's UV reactive, guys. So the effect on the suit, and as you go through the photos, you'll see that they have the UV reactive effect shown in some of the prototype photos. We're going to take a look at that. But absolutely fantastic looking figure. I think they did a great job on this. Cigars, what are your thoughts on this Flash figure, dude?
Just going by the Flash, like you said, we're not going to talk about the individual. I think they nailed it. It looks like, it's from the movie. They got the light up lines and everything. Granted it's UV reactive, getting a USB body where the symbol lights up. then for what it is, the head sculpt is him. So that's pretty. And then everything that they're offering, I like it. I like I was telling you backstage, I like this suit because it's basically their take from the new 52 suit from the comics. And I always like that suit for Flash. And I'm going to be picking this one up just so that way I can add him to my personal custom version of the Justice League that I'm doing. So I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that with them announcing this Flash, that we will get the other Flash that, we nicknamed him Tanuki Flash because I said he looked like the Mario suit.
Oh,
Mario.
yeah.
So I call the other one Tanuki Flash. So I hope we get Tanuki Flash. But I think it's great. There's a lot that they're offering. I do like that 1-to-1 ring for the special bonus. It reminds me of with the Hot Toys 1-to-1 Grogu, they gave you the 1-to-1 necklace with the Mandalorian with the Mythosaur skull that you could actually wear if you decided you wanted to wear it and not just keep it on Grogu. And I do like the fact that they're doing stuff that's different. Giving you life-size replicas from things from either, like I said, like Grogu's from the show, and then this is from the movie. But you're actually getting replicas that you could put somewhere else. Like there are people who collect more than just figures; they collect actual movie replicas and things of that nature. Star Wars sabers and helmets. So the fact that they're offering, and the fact that the ring opens up too, that's awesome.
Yeah, and yeah.
I think it's good. And the price tag is actually decent. It's a lot cheaper than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so the retail, guys, for this, by the way, is $290 on this guy.
Yeah.
So not bad at all for what he comes with. I think I'm very surprised by that price, considering the Keaton figure was what, $305?
That's because that's Keaton tax.
Exactly, yeah, and yeah.
But I mean, all in all, I think the figure came out great. Hot Toys didn't have to go all out for this figure with them knowing what's going on with the individual in real life. They could have just, cut corners and put out a basic figure and then charge you Keaton prices. But instead, they tried to make it a reasonable price because obviously they're still bound by Warner Brothers. And,
absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
Things like that. But, I mean, for the fact that you're getting what you're getting, UV reactive body, USB body to light up the symbol, you get a head sculpt, you get the helmet or his mask, and then they give you that look that you can, that piece you add on that looks like his mask is down like a hoodie.
Yeah.
When you have the head sculpt, you get the 1-to-1 ring, you get the light up base. You get the rolling eyes. I mean, they're giving you so much, and then they're not charging you a lot. So there's not much you could be really mad about with this figure.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, dude. I think it looks great. I think they thought of everything when it comes to the accessories. And we had a question. Big Dog Pound was asking if this is pleather. This does not look like pleather to me. It looks like typical Hot Toys suit material. It's going to crease when you pose it. This may be some cigars. This may be like one of those self-healing suits. It looks like it may have that effect because of the type of material it is, but it's certainly going to crease. It's going to crease when you pose it, but man, dude, I agree. It looks really good. I love this suit. I think this one is actually, and I got to see the film, but I think after seeing the film, this one may become my favorite suit because I do love that Justice League Flash so much, but this suit is incredible, man. I love how the proportions are, and someone said like this actually looks better in figure form than it does actually on the actor Ezra. So I think it looks good, man. I think it looks incredible. I think they did a great job. And Control Delete asks, the lighted lines on the suit USB powered. No, they are UV lit. That would have been incredible, but that would have been very, very difficult to implement. So I'm okay with that. We did show the picture a little bit ago of the UV reactive effect on it, and I think it looks great. It looks great. Are we going to have a UV light in our display? Maybe some will because this looks just so good, but it looks really cool. And I'm so glad that they implemented that. Whether we're going to use it or not, it looks fantastic. It looks really, really good. And Payton said it has that new 52 comic costume look, like you were saying.
Same thing, yep. Because that's pretty much what it is. It's the suit he wears from the new 52.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good, dude. I love it. And
Light
Collection
up lines
Obsession
and
said he
everything.
already got it. Yeah, you already picked it up. That's cool, man. I haven't picked this one up yet. And guys, so far, I know the Miles Morales special edition from Across the Spider-Verse had a timer on it. So far, the exclusive with the ring that people are talking about does not have a timer yet. I would not be surprised if it just popped up out of nowhere and people were like, cool, we got 10 days to pre-order this, or 12 days, whatever they usually do. But as of right now, there is no timer on the special edition with the ring.
He's doing the Illuminati symbol.
Yeah, I thought this was an interesting pose. Definitely interesting for sure. But obviously that has some sort of significance to the film. There's a reason they did that. But
focusing his zen. Maybe that's what it is. Monica's obviously seen this in person. He says the proto for this is amazing, dude. I'm very impressed by how it looks in the photos. And again, the sculpt looks pretty fantastic in terms of likeness. I think they did a really good job. And it's funny, Matt, and obviously Cigars brought this up. This is a great fit-in for your Justice League display. And I think this is also great because I know a lot of people were considering the CW Flash because they weren't able to get the Justice League Flash for a fair price. So this is a great option for those who are like, maybe I'll get the CW Flash to fit in. Here you go. This is your way to still get an Ezra Miller Flash version in your Justice League display, and it's going to look great. It doesn't matter that it's the Justice League version or not to most people. It's going to look great. It really is, and I think this looks awesome.
After this, I just need Aquaman. So we'll see what Aquaman 2 looks like.
Yeah, exactly. Monica says the suit isn't pleather, same as the Justice League Batman material, which I figure, yeah, something similar to suits as they've already done in the past. And yeah, I think $290 for this is very fair.
Reminds me of the Batfleck material.
Yeah, and this is a great example as well to the Black Panther movie suit. This is very similar to that. A little bit more shiny, obviously, but yeah, I think you're right. I think that's right on the money. Yomo, he said Yomo the celebrity. What's up, Yomo? Great to have you here, dude. Let's see. Monica says the suit has amazing details. Yeah, I mean, again, when you zoom up on this photo, it just, man, the amount of it almost looks like was a topology map. That's almost what that looks like. That's really cool, man. There's just so many different small little details that go into this costume design. And again, this is very impressively put into 6-scale form by Hot. So this is no easy feat, and I think it looks really good. And certainly I do think they are stepping it up lately, Big Dog Pound, and I'm very excited to see what the final product looks like for this one. Not even going to pretend like I know what you're saying here, Oilers. Oh, French. It's French. Okay, I got you. But Lane, dude, I want to hear your thoughts on this Flash figure, man.
I mean, I think the figure looks good. I like the suit. It's a little bit more like a classic looking style Flash suit, like say, the animated series one or that kind of thing. Less armor look like the Zack Snyderverse kind of had with like in Justice League and such. Head sculpt's really good. Maybe more than the person deserves for a good head sculpt, but I think that I really like the special edition bonus for the ring that actually opens to show.
Yeah, let's pull up the ring.
I think that's and how it actually opens and stuff is
Do
like
they have a
really
photo
cool.
of it opening? There is a photo.
There is a photo.
There it
of
is, right there. There it is.
Just kind of pop and open and stuff. I think
this
that's
is interesting. I didn't notice that, Lane. I didn't notice that they blurred out some of the faceplates.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, probably for after the movie. I like the light up base where it's actually big enough to hold the figure, unlike the Batman. It's for 200. I mean, it's $290, so it is an expensive figure. So there's no getting around that. But I don't know what else much you could do more than they're including here with the Barry Allen Flash here.
Right.
They give you a good head sculpt. It's got the rolling eyes. They give you a special edition bonus item that is totally unique.
I forgot about the visors that they're giving you, the eye visors.
Yeah, because we see that in the trailer, obviously. He drops down the visor, so that's cool too, right?
So it's got the body. They've got the like lightning effect stuff like you see with that, or say the Black Adam or something. I mean, this should be, unless they really screw up the suit or something, in production and stuff, screw up the suit or something. This should be the ultimate Flash. I think it's got a split boot too, unlike the TV series Arrowverse Flash one. Didn't have that with that figure. I mean, like you said, whatever you think of the actor, I mean, for having a Barry, this is Flash. If you want a Flash and you haven't got one to fit into your Justice League setup, just like we were talking for that Wonder Woman earlier, this is the Flash to get, especially if you want something that's maybe a little bit more comic accurate with the style of the suit and everything. I mean, I don't think you can do. I think that Hot Toys is nailed for doing an action figure, basically the max you can do with the character, unless I guess they had a big circular round 2 Speed Force or something to like running through or something,
right?
Like a background thing you can tie together or something. I'm impressed with the figure. I think the price point is fair overall. I mean, he's got the second best special edition bonus, I think, other than that Miles, since that Miles had a head sculpt with it. I think, for free, basically. So
real quick, Lane. Monica says that the logo has batteries in it, and there's So I double checked Sideshow's page because I thought I read that it had USB power. It says power operated on Sideshow's page, which typically it'll say battery operated.
Maybe Hot Toys is still figuring out how they're.
And I thought in the photos, guys who were in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group, I thought it had a USB cable running to the back of the figure.
It does. It does.
So maybe it does both, Monica. Maybe it has its power and/or battery operated because it does say power operated on Sideshow's website. It says, it says power operated, and usually they'll list it as battery operated. So maybe you could do both, which would be pretty clever.
Or maybe there's different parts of it that light up.
I don't think so. I think it's just the chest emblem.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean, it could be kind of how they have to do it with like the body for the 2020 models.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty much what it is. Like when you look at the photos, the cable runs up into the back, just like the Miles.
They're saying it's a display base. It says, let me see. Let me
This
double
base
check.
USB.
It says metallic red flash suit with luminous reflective patterns and LED lighted emblem on the chest, power operated. It's specifically saying that the logo is power operated. So either that's an error on their part or it's USB power.
Or Sideshow maybe still, or Hot Toys maybe still figuring out how they're going to make it work.
It could be, yeah. I'm just going by what the Sideshow website says.
Why it's saying power operated where they haven't. They don't narrow it down when it's power operated.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take a look at the secret base photos. Monica's obviously there, so I'm not saying that Monica's wrong, but I'm just saying Sideshow does list it as power operated, which typically they say battery operated if it's battery only.
Also, in the photos, when you scroll through it, it's got one of those little banners that shows the symbol lighting up, and it says USB powered, if I remember, or something powered.
You talking about in these photos here?
Yeah. It's either these photos or a different set of photos that were on Facebook.
Oh, what a mystery!
Because Hot Toys produced photos on Facebook that showed that the symbol lights up, and it said that it was USB power. Oh, yeah, right here.
Well, see, they're so vague with it, dude. They're so vague.
That's what I mean. I think they may be still trying to get it exactly figured out because power. Lighted, that can mean battery power or USB power. It's vague enough with the term.
It is very vague, but even for the figure base, it says LED light up figure base. It doesn't say USB in the description on the, you know what I mean? So that's very interesting. I don't know, guys. We're not going to speculate. I'm just going by Sideshow. I'm not saying Monica's wrong because Monica's the only one here, as far as I know, that's seen it in person. But as far as I was looking in the photos and what Sideshow says, they're leaving it open for it being USB operated. That's all we know.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Mm-hmm. But I think,
either way, I'm not going to light up the chest, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
because their bulbs are weak. They burn out after a while anyway. So.
Yeah. It's a good. There's no ifs or buts. It is a fantastic looking figure. Not one I would pick up. I mean, maybe because it's just I don't love this version of Barry Allen, at least from Justice League and stuff. And I still haven't decided if I'm going to go see The Flash yet or not. It's not a top movie. I still haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse yet. I want to see that more.
Yeah, I still have to see that as well.
And I want to see the new Transformers movie before I want to see this.
Across the Spider-Verse is definitely worth watching. Saw that last week with my kid, and then tomorrow me and my kid are going to go watch Rise of the Beast.
Nice.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I think, especially because I did go see actually which one was it? The Shazam 2 in movie theaters, and I got
Sorry to
burned
hear.
really, really bad by that movie. I mean, but at the end of the day, sometimes, like, you know, I bought the Carnage figure, and, you know, while the Venom movie wasn't my favorite movie, any means of the imagination, sometimes this could be the figure that you really like. You know, you can just like the figure and pick it up, you know?
Yeah.
It helps to
For
like
sure.
the movie or the source material too, but
For sure.
mean-
I want to move on to Chris and Sean, though, so we could hear their thoughts on The Flash. Thank you, Lane, for sharing your thoughts. I think we're all kind of on the same page for this one so far. Chris, I'm curious to hear your thoughts, man. What are your thoughts on this new Flash figure?
I think he looks great. Figure set, like, nobody's said it yet, but for some reason, and especially with the visor thing, I keep seeing Turbo Man.
Oh, yeah, it is kind of it is kind of a Turbo Man-esque suit. That is true.
And maybe that's why I'm connecting with this figure so much. I do like Ezra as the Flash. I think he kills the role. So, with that being said, I might pick this out. I miss Justice League Flash, so I might cop this one, you know, get the Wonder Woman, have, you know, a separate little Justice League out of their own films, but still it'll be them together.
It's still the Justice League. It's the
Yeah, it's a
team.
great stand-in.
Because it's kind of what I've done with Marvel. It's not all from one film. It's still the Avengers.
Right, you pick
just
your
different.
favorite looks and you
Yeah.
call it a day, you know?
Right.
You're picking the
Wow.
character, not, you know, the actual movie suit. As long as, you know, you got a Flash, a Wonder Woman, a Cyborg, a Batman, and a Superman, and an Aquaman, you got your Justice League.
Exactly.
Hey,
Toy
for
Box, you'll have to
side
send
note,
us
yeah.
photos, dude.
I was just about to say
Yeah,
that.
if you're in the
Side note,
Facebook group, post it or send it to me on Instagram, dude. I'd love to check that
I
out.
want
That's
to
awesome.
see that because the only thing I have is that Walmart exclusive. That's a plastic toy that I just keep in the box. But
It's my favorite
closest
Christmas
that I
movie,
got.
dude.
But mine too.
I had it.
Yeah,
I had it in my hands. I
Dude.
love that movie, dude.
So funny. But yeah, back to Ezra. I think a lot of the reason why I like it, it just screams like that superhero look. The red and yellow, it pops, catches your eye. I think this is a very clean suit. I actually like it more than the CW Flash. I like it more than his Justice League suit already, and I haven't even seen the film. Just seeing this figure, like, it's just a clean, sleek-looking design. The head sculpt is on point. I like the accessories of, you know, him looking like he's running like all the flash effects, the USB. It's just a lot packed in, you know. The ring just gives you more reason for people to call me a nerd, which I'm down for.
I want to
And,
pretend
yeah.
like I'm like a Green Lantern type character.
Nerd.
That ring.
The wife's gonna kill me. I put it on and I start running around the house. Just
I
gonna be
know.
like,
Dude,
"Would you
it's
sit
cool.
your
It's
ass
cool,
down?"
dude. Like,
Yeah.
how much cooler is that than like that beautiful Kenobi Vader, but it comes with just a hologram? Like, how much cooler is
Right.
that? In my opinion, that's
Yeah.
cool, dude. I love it's something different, you know. And like
Yeah.
Don mentioned earlier, like DX19 came with a keychain. I'd much rather have a ring that opens up, a flash ring. How cool is that, man?
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's really neat, and I'm glad to hear that you're interested in this one, Chris, because I agree. I think, and like Cigar said, you're just putting together the Justice League. It doesn't have to be the Justice League suit, you know. I mean,
Right.
and we do it very often with Marvel, especially. We pick our favorite looks. I mean, hell, I've got the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 figures with the Infinity War Nebula, you know, because
Mhm.
it's it's the same look basically. So
Here's another thing
Swap
on mine
out your-
too. I like
Chris,
being
buy this
able.
figure and then get the ring. And then when you get the ring, take off your wedding ring and swap it out. See what your wife
dude,
says.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what,
check out my
that's
new
what
wedding
Owen
ring.
was just saying too.
Oh yeah, Owen's gonna use that as an engagement ring. I know your girlfriend probably loves you, but I think she might turn you down on that one, man.
Hell yeah.
Rocket.
Could you imagine, bro? We're gonna see pics of that, like people trying.
And it's opened
be
up.
fun.
Like you got to open it up, right? You got to show it off
Yeah.
in all its
You gotta be
glory.
like, but baby, it opens.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's
right.
exactly what, if your wife gets angry, just be like, but does your wedding ring do this? I don't think
Right.
so.
Exactly,
Just take hers off and throw it in the river. All right, fine.
dude. And you save
Yeah,
some money
that's
too.
a
It's an
waste of
extra
money.
accessory.
Yeah, man.
But moving on, Chris, thanks for sharing your thoughts. Sean, what are your thoughts on this Flash figure, man? And are you going to be picking this one up?
Why does it
Great
feel
thoughts.
like somebody's watching me? Anyways, I had to, dude. I'm sorry. You know.
That's all right. Yeah.
Anyway, so looking at the art from Howie, of this is an amazing piece here. I like how, the symbol's lit up. I also like how it looks when it's not lit up as well. I didn't realize until we were talking that they actually had those yellow inserts for the eyes. I didn't realize that when I was looking at the pictures late last night and this morning.
Yeah, that's a really
overall,
cool accessory.
It's pretty good. I like if you can go over a couple pictures, please.
Sure. Let me know when to stop. All right, just any
right there.
damage?
Right there is good.
That one right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like the helmet design too. At first, I had to go back and look at the trailer because I didn't realize like how shiny the helmet was at all until I went back and looked at the trailer. But it looks pretty good. They did a good job with the facial sculpt and everything as well.
Yeah.
But for me, I'll probably have it with the helmet on and with the yellow inserts in. And yeah, and probably have the ring like positioned somewhere in front of them or something like that.
Yeah, and here's another thing, Sean. Monica pointed this out. How interesting is it that some of the photos have these marks on the shoulder and some of them do not? Like if we go through the photos, you could see, let me see, we're going to round, like you can see here, those shoulder marks aren't present here.
But if you notice it though, it's only, they're not
in the unmasked version.
When there's, the lights are on. You can't see them when the lights are on.
Well, so like, look
I'm
right
wondering
here.
if
Okay.
I'm wondering
See
if
what
the
I mean?
shoulder. Oh, yeah, look at that. Never mind.
Okay, never mind. They're both not on.
That's so weird. How weird is that? Like someone, Monica, pointed that out, but I heard someone mention it earlier as well. Like, why does it have those marks? Like, I don't. It's not in my brain. It's not adding up. Like, how does that happen? It's a suit that's fixed to the body.
It's like they had two different suits for the pictures, maybe.
Yeah, maybe like maybe I don't know, man. It's so bizarre.
A
like
proto of the proto.
Exactly. That's so bizarre. Monica, the suit in person.
Look,
I didn't.
This one's on the other side now.
I don't. Is it mirrored on both sides?
No, because that's how the hair is supposed to be.
I don't know. Oh no, there it is. See, it's on both sides.
Oh, okay.
But that like
Yeah, but one
see
picture, though,
because
on
the
one
panel windows in front.
let's we're gonna jump right to Monica's photos because I want to see what the actual in-person version was because I didn't catch that. But yeah, guys, we're jumping right into this. By the way, again, big shout out to Monica. Thank you so much for putting in the legwork and taking all these photos. By the way, how cool would it be?
Such a sick shot.
Yeah, if the Hot Toys, bro. I can only imagine, Monica, how cool this was to walk into this arch. This is like top tier merchandising here. It's so cool. Yeah, I know it's 1-to-1, yeah. But how cool would it be? I know it's very difficult to implement these lines here in such a small thing, but how cool would that be? But yeah, this is such a okay, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going to Monica's profile picture. But yeah, guys, these are photos. These are photos of the actual event. And you can see Hot Toys went all out. This is that coveted 1/6 scale armory that we want, but in 1-to-1 scale. And again, my theory with that armory and why the Keaton modern suit is the only one with a crotch grabber is kind of like very obvious here when I look at this one. Like, this is the only one with an actual person in the suit. So I'm like, maybe Keaton is, or that Keaton modern suit is the only actual figure in this set, and then all the rest of them are part of the armory set.
This is the life-size one. These are
yeah, of course. But I'm just saying it makes sense that they have the Keaton full like look here of him in the suit, and then all the rest are just open suits. That tells me that maybe the modern suit is only available as the figure. Monica says statue companies should pray Hot Toys doesn't make statues. Yeah, I mean, that'd be a sick 1-to-1 piece if they made that for sure. And yes, thank you, Collection Obsession. Everybody, if you're here, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd very much appreciate it. Let's go through these photos, guys, because I want to see more of that Flash figure because I'm very curious now. But you can see, I mean, how incredible is this merchandising? Like, I wish I wish we saw more of this from a lot of other companies. Like, I can only imagine being here in person and seeing this in person. It was probably an incredible experience for MRC and Monica and a lot of other people that made it out there. Really, really cool job from Hot Toys. Let's go to the 6 scale stuff, though. Great photos, by the way, on these suits, Monica. I'm, like, really, really impressed by the shots that you got of these suits. Like, really close up. You can see all the different woven details and stuff. So Monica said all of them have crotch grab. Interesting. Yeah, because I noticed in the prototype photos, they didn't have that. So, interesting. Let's take a look at these photos, though, so we can get a better look at the Flash and all these other announcements. And there's one very special group of photos that you guys are going to be really excited about, I think, and something that I've been, and Cigars as well, we've been talking about it for a long time. Let me just scroll through all these one-to-one. Oh, here it is. We're jumping right into it, guys. We're jumping right into it. The 2022 Batmobile, the Robert Pattinson, the Batman Batmobile, the prototype has finally been shown. Believe it or not, guys, this is the first appearance of this prototype. So we only ever saw kind of a rear end shot of the back of the Batmobile in that little teaser photo from Hot Toys long ago when the film first came out. So now we're actually seeing a full prototype. And holy crap, if this comes to fruition and we get this level of weathering on the vehicle, you could see it both on the wheels and tires, kind of the spattered mud all along the quarter panels of the vehicle. Guys, I mean, this looks incredible.
Yost was doing a dirty version as well, right?
Yeah, Yost is doing a version of the Batman Batmobile. But again, for me, I've said this many times, the Hot Toy stuff is just more in my price range.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When it comes to vehicles, this is more comfortable what I'm spending. So I've really been hoping for Hot Toys to do this. And, bro, if this is any indication that they're about to pull this one out and give us a pre-order for it, I'm going to be very, very excited. Because this...
It could sit like the N1 or the Jedi.
I mean, it could. But I think for this one, there's a lot more hope because this is our first time seeing a full prototype. Because we have not seen the prototype thus far. Monica says if they make this, it would be the best vehicle yet. And, dude, yeah, I mean, based on your photos, the amount of detail that's gone into the weathering, I mean, again, heaps of weathering on this vehicle. The LEDs, I think, look fantastic. You can even see, like, the LED lights, or maybe this is just like it could just be a blue plastic, but really a really good effect there, kind of in the front, in the engine bay. Obviously, the star of the show with this, like, Batmobile muscle car hybrid is this incredible like jet engine that it has in the back, and I think it looks really, really good. Even the cluster and all of the gauges on the inside are LED lit, which obviously, like with the DeLorean, for example, in the past, the Mark I DeLorean, they didn't fully light up everything in the car, so it's good to see that they've gone all out with this car in terms of the lighting and the attention to details. Yeah, Oilers, and I know you had a lot of faith in this too, dude. I mean, and I know Cigars and I have brought it up many times, dude. I never gave up on this because I wanted it to happen, and it seemed like it still made sense for Hot Toys to do. They've been really pumping out these vehicles lately, and they know that there's a lot of people really excited about this. So go ahead, Cigars.
Always, as I said, never lost faith. Always had a feeling that this would come and be late, but it was coming. And then especially when Oilers be geeking out, he gave his expertise by showing you, like, you know, him pointing out everything to prove that that wasn't just a rendered photo, that was actually a prototype. You know, when he came on and he pretty much solidified my belief that it was, because I thought the same thing, because he and I talked backstage about it too, how I felt that it was real and that you could tell, but, you know, with him, you know, solidifying it because of his experience and him making dioramas and all the custom pieces and him pointing out, well, look, you know, because I build things, here's the paint, you can tell, this and that. You know, he helped solidify the fact that I knew that this would be coming. Whether or not we get it, you know, soon or later, I still have faith that we are getting it. I don't see why they wouldn't be giving this to us.
Yeah.
Does it have a hover mode?
Yeah, yeah. Let's hope that the seats don't come unglued like the DeLorean. That's our step one. Chris, I don't think it has a hover mode. So
then we're in the clear. I mean, it did fly for a little bit in that film, but you know.
Yeah, but that's off of a ramp, dude. Come on now. But
and it was on fire.
Still counts.
It was on fire
with style, bro.
It was on fire at some point, but dude, like Monica, once again, dude, thank you so much for taking these photos, because holy crap, like. Monica knows. So Monica showed me this early photo and the photos were getting passed around online, and
looking
Monica and I
real
were talking
dusty
about
in
it.
there.
Like, you could barely kind of make out what was there, and Monica's like, dude, I'm telling you, the 2022 Batmobile is there. And I'm like, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just can't see it. And we were looking at this photo that was getting passed around online, and I'm like, dude, I can't see it. And
I couldn't either.
Monica called it, dude. He's like, I bet you it's right there on the other side of the display. We just haven't seen that side of the display yet. And it was exactly where he said it was. And dude, like, Monica knows, especially because I was so excited when I was talking to him about this. Like, bro, like, this is huge for me. Because believe it or not, next to the 89 Batmobile, this is my second favorite Batmobile. I love this Batmobile so much. I'm a big fan of American muscle cars. I loved the Penguin chase scene, dude. It's incredible. Like, this is, yeah, they fly now. This, and I would agree with that, CSI. Yes, this is definitely more realistic than the N1. And it's definitely less complicated, the N1. But dude, the weathering on this looks just so good, and the universe of the Batman is just so gritty and raw, and this vehicle just fits so well in that universe. Like Chris said, it sounded incredible. That jet engine on the back just blew me away. Guys, I think we need to do a poll. I'm very interested to hear your guys' thoughts. We're gonna do a poll on this Batmobile. I was waiting to talk about a poll on one of these topics, and I think we're gonna do a poll for this one. I was, Sean. I was. So let's see what faith we have in the chat for the 2022 Batmobile.
If
Come on,
this ends
Sean,
up
you know
being
how
my
much you
Batman,
love
I'll get the
polls.
vehicle probably.
I love polls. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you run that poll.
He loves polls.
All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna do a poll. 2022 Batmobile.
We're gonna do another poll.
Is it happening? Yes, we're doing another
Okay.
poll. Is it happening, guys? So go ahead, vote in that poll. Of course, at the end of the stream, we're gonna close it out.
There's
but
too
yes,
many
vote in
guys
that
in
poll.
here for a
Yes,
poll, bro.
vote. Yes, only one person can fit on it at one time.
Alrighty.
Eddie says the scene when this fires up in the alley still get, dude. Yeah, total goosebumps from that scene. Again, the Colin Farrell's acting as the Penguin just blew me away, and the makeup work. Shout out to the team that did all the makeup work, because you couldn't tell it was him, and just this whole chase scene was incredible. Again, the sound, it caught on fire. He did a jump at one point, and he was totally airborne. But dude, that scene made me fall in love with this vehicle so much, and I'm so glad to see an actual prototype finally for this vehicle. It gives me hope again that this is going to happen. More the hope than I already had, because I like I said, I was holding out hope for this one. This is one of those I held out hope, and I'm really, really hoping that Hot Toys puts this out. This will be a day one pre-order for me for sure, because I'm very invested in the Batman as a line. I've got the Hot Toys full deluxe set on pre-order with the Bat Signal. I've got the in-art Bruce Wayne on pre-order. I've got some third-party stuff coming. The Mars Toys Penguin 2-pack I've got on pre-order. I've got the Conundrum Man from 6 Feet Lane Studio. So I've got a lot of the Batman stuff coming in the collection. So I'm really, really excited for this. And I really hope this gets put out. And guys on the panel and people in the chat, who would pick this up if this ends up happening? You already know my answer. This is a must-have for me. If this gets put out, I will lose my mind. And again, I just think it looks absolutely incredible. And I would agree with Monica. As long as it has no DeLorean issues, I think this would be probably the best vehicle.
It doesn't have a conversion mode, so you should be okay.
Yeah, and that's the other question. Before we get to my question I just posed you all, how do you fit them in? And I think Ryan mentioned maybe the roof comes off, and that's how you stick Batman in it. Because if not, it's going to be very difficult to put him in there. But honestly, I probably wouldn't have my Batman in the car because I wouldn't want to cover up that beautiful figure. But yeah, everybody's dropping the quotes in the chat. I love it, dude. Such a great scene. But yeah, guys, I mean, feel free. Anybody who would pick this up? Would you guys pick this up if it became a thing?
Yeah, I'd get it. Of course, I'd get it. I've been wanting this since we were teased the damn thing.
Zero chance I would pick it up.
That's fair. But dude, for me,
but it's not. It's just because it's nowhere near my favorite Batmobile. Like, I mean, 89 Batmobile, 92 Batmobile is my favorite, and then comes the Tumbler. Like, I mean, and you might say, but don't you drive? You drive a muscle car, and I would say yes, I do. But like, I don't know. This one just maybe I'm just too used to, wacky, over the top, unrealistic Batmobiles.
Like comic inspired, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's because my top three It's 92, 89. I consider them kind of the same thing. The Tumbler, that Batman animated series, Batmobile, as well would fall in front of this, and then it would probably be this one. I don't like any of the Schumacher ones or anything like that. Those things look like giant.
I actually like the Batman Forever. It's so goofy, but I love it. I love how it like glows up with that like blue color. I think it's cool.
Well, I think I'm willing. I think it's because the animated series and the Burton movie Batmobiles kind of eat my wacky, over the top, completely unrealistic looking, vehicle slots. And this one is the nice hybrid. Like, this is the more realistic-esque, quote, realistic-esque kind of one. It kind of looks like a real car, at least at points,
Right. It's the one that fits the most in a real-world scenario. And a Collection Obsession, we're going to answer that question after this one because there are photos of it.
Yeah. But I don't want to say like it. I think the prototype, I honestly, I did look too much at the pictures because I kind of looked and went, oh, okay, it's the Batmobile, but like I'm just not that interested in it. I like the Bat Cycle more. I think I like that Bat Cycle more actually because it like is more realistic tape to actually a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's an actual motorcycle essentially. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a pass for you, Lane.
Yep. It's still nice though. It's still very nice. But yeah, I think it's going to come getting drop shipped in right along by the N1 as likely for getting actually made.
Oh wow. Well, we'll let the poll decide, Lane, when we close it out later. But Chris, Sean, I know you guys are at least I think you guys are both very interested in Pattinson for the most part. Would you pick this one up? I know at least Chris, you're interested in Pattinson.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if they actually do go through with this vehicle and I pick up the Pattinson instead of Affleck because it seems like not getting anything from it, then yeah, I'll definitely take the set for sure.
Yeah, it's great, dude. It looks awesome, and I agree with Monica. I think if this is executed properly, we don't have any spills like we had recently with Hot Toys when it came to the DeLorean. I think it's going to be a home run.
I'm just worried like they did on the DeLorean. I know people didn't like the speckling on the tires. I didn't mind it.
This looks like real weathering to me, though. This looks a lot different.
That's what I'm saying. And that engine bay looked pretty dusty, so it looked really good. But, that's what they got to do to make it look good on display. Exactly. So,
yeah. Andreas says, I need this Batmobile. Please, Hot Toys, save my wallet. No, we don't want them to
look at the little, like, you can even see all the dirt and grime, like, in the rivets of the body panel and stuff. I know.
Like, obviously, I think the prototype will be a bit softer, but if they go heavy on the weathering like this, I would be super happy. And again, it's just so fitting for the universe and for this vehicle.
I agree. Also, side note, Owen sent a photo of something of the Flash in the Hot Toys Hotline chat. So I don't know if after all this you want to go back and
I'll circle back around and we'll take a look at it. But let's see. Sean, would you end up picking up this 2022 the Batman Batmobile?
Of course I would.
That's what I like to hear, baby. Come on, Hot Toys, if you're listening, which you probably are. Everybody's ready to spend money.
Compared to all the Batmobiles, okay? Yeah. You look at the 66 Batmobile, and then you look at the Keaton Batmobile, and then we went from that to the I'm high on crack and fixated with neon colors Batmobile, a.k.a. Schumacher series. Then we get the Tumbler, which is awesome also. But I do like this. It kind of shows the whole deep down renegade side of Batman, just getting everything put together to start fighting organized crime and everything else in Gotham. So, because in the Batman, you could tell this was like a second thought. His first thought was always just going to be using the motorcycle because.
Right, in most of the film, he was on the motorcycle in like his streetwear look with the motorcycle helmet and the jacket and everything.
That way he could blend in and escape easily by blending into other people.
Exactly.
And this had to have been, like a second thought, getting the Batmobile put together, finding the engines and everything else. And I mean, it's Bruce Wayne, so he could have just gone and pulled whatever parts he needed from Wayne Enterprises on whatever they were working on, and that way just complete muscle car, put it together, and
Put together.
if anyone ever came in and just saw the car, they wouldn't really be able to recognize it right away that it's actually the Batmobile.
That's very true when you think of it that way. Yeah.
And
Do you think it would look too toyish to put like a flame effect on the back of that?
You talking about like the vapor that comes out of the back that some companies had, like Hasbro, or was it Hasbro that did the it was like a 1/10 scale Batmobile, and it's RC powered, and it had the vapor and stuff that came out the back.
I think that would look too toyish.
Yeah. I don't need that. I think
it would I think it would give discredit towards it. I really do. But I would like to see the flashing light, as if you could turn off the lights for your display.
Right, Matt mentioned that.
Box setting, and then you can just use like a remote or whatever. Hopefully it would be USB powered, and you could switch it from either lights just being on or having them flickering, especially when he's in the corner there, taunting the Penguin.
Yeah.
That would be my ideal for this. Do I really want this? Yes. Do I hope they bring it out? Of course I do. Is it a reality and it's going to happen? I think it has to be for Hot Toys. I think they have to do it in a way because they're going to run out of ideas. We're getting all this stuff. There's no movie for 3 more years after The Flash.
That is true. So they may need some fill in.
Is Aquaman 2 canceled?
No.
Okay, so we have Aquaman 2, and then there's no movies after that.
The Batman 2 is
the
what,
Batman
2024?
2 comes out
but that's like
2025.
2024.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm sorry, 2 years then. Okay, 2 years, my bad. But anyways, that's 2 years of nothing. So they're going to have to, kind of like how Ryan says, go back in the vault kind of thing and go backwards.
Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle's the last film.
That's in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think they need to really do this. It would be important for them to. I don't see us getting a Batmobile from the Flash. I don't think it's needed, obviously, because of the '89 Batmobile.
Aren't they doing?
And I think probably the only vehicle we're going to see is the Batcycle from the Flash.
Matt, we don't count Joker 2.
Aren't they doing on Max? They're doing the Matt Reeves is doing the Arkham show and then the Gotham PD.
Oh, that's
show.
right. There's a Penguin show too. When does that come out?
Yeah, there's the Penguin show coming. There's the Arkham Asylum show coming, and then there's actual Gotham PD show coming.
Yeah,
Either
but
way.
3 shows.
Those aren't movies. Though.
F in the chats for your
No,
wallet.
I didn't say they were movies. I said they were shows on Max.
Yeah, but for movies and stuff.
But just shows on Max have this Batmobile that's never going to come out. Guys, we're talking about things we do think are going to come out. This is one.
But we are not guaranteeing anything coming out, by the way.
Right, exactly.
This is our hope.
This is our wish list.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But this one,
Wish
I
list
think
for
is
our
less
wallets.
likely. This is a gigantic vehicle, and obviously they showed this one long ago. It's very cool to see them bust it back out, though, because it's such a beautiful vehicle. And again, heaps of weathering, heaps of different moving parts. Put up a poll about Benedict Cumberbatch pronouncing the word penguin. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to see the results for that. But yeah, they did show the Batmobile, the Affleck Batmobile again. This is really cool. Again, guys, me personally, if I had to put money on it, I would say the 2022 is more likely, just because that's a newly shown prototype, whereas this is one that that was shown long ago, and they teased many fans long ago with this. So
Even did a damn video on it showing
I
what
know,
it could do.
dude. So
And they
it's
still never
beautiful.
dropped it.
It's magnificent. It's giant. It's a really cool piece, but I just don't think this one's going to happen. But it looks fantastic, and I know a lot of people would be super excited. Penguin.
I don't know. I think the demand for this is there, though.
Well, the demand's always been there for this, I think, and I just think, I don't know, maybe it's a big undertaking for them, but it's beautiful, dude. And if they did come out with it, like you said, Sean, you never know. With 3 years of 2 years of dryness, maybe they'll go back and take a look at some of this stuff. But I do think personally the 2022 is more likely than this one, just because they showed this long ago and nothing came from it. But yeah, this is really cool. We do have some shots.
People want that Justice League vehicle too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think I do agree. There's a big demand for it. I don't know if people really care too much about it right now because of all the other stuff that's coming out. And maybe that might be true for the patents of Batmobile. Maybe some people will pass on it because of all the other announcements. But this is definitely really cool. We talked about this many times, to see up close shots again of the Bat Cycle. I actually have this one paid off, so I'm very excited to get this one. Great weathering on this one. You do see a little bit of that dot weathering that you were talking about, Chris, but overall I think the weathering looks great on this as well. And this was very fairly priced, I think. I think this was what, like $350 for this Bat Cycle, something around there, maybe even less. Was it $315? Maybe $315.
Yeah.
I think this looks really good, though. I'm excited to get this one in hand. Again, the size is very, very good, especially if you have D-tops. It's going to fit very easily in your displays, and I think it looks great. I love also that little stand that they give you. I love that they're including these little clear stands. Like we saw it with R2 as well. He had that stand to make him fly. I think that's really cool. Going back to the Flash, I will show a photo before we end the stream from Owen that actually totally explains those holes there. I still don't see it. My eyes are still not putting it together as to how it comes off, but it definitely makes a lot of sense, the photo that he showed. But it looks like here they have the masked version on, so we can't really see those dots there. Again, Monica got some great shots with that close-up detail of the suit. You could just see...
There's the wire right there for the USB.
Yeah, and there's that wire running to the back. And again, if there's a shot here, I don't know if Monica got a shot of it going into his pants. I don't know, dude. That just seems a little too bright for being battery-powered. But the battery-powered...
Yeah, but it does look like it comes out like it can't.
No, but I believe that it could probably do both. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? But yeah, why would that wire run up into his pants if it's not USB-powered? You know what I mean?
Hide it from the base. I don't know.
The butt wire. Yes, it's the butt wire. I mean, it is true. That is where it runs into. So here's that neck piece. I don't know, man. That's so puzzling about that.
You're gonna have to
No, because they show in one of the photos, because that's what I was gonna bring up. When you showed Ezra Miller unmasked in the Hot Toys photo, you could still see the dots going along the side. So it's not that neck piece.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that neck piece, it's not big enough to have those dots on it either. It's much smaller.
And hey, they're Dark Flash.
Yeah. So here's a shot of the sculpt before we move on to Dark Flash. So yeah, I don't know, dude. Why? Yeah. See, that tells me that's USB. Why? Like, what? Why would this run up into his pants
instead of just the bottom base?
Right. And then the USB plugs in here, and it's mounted on the back of the. I don't know. Yep. Monica said this ain't New York. That is not a security cable to prevent theft. Oh, my Lord.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's for looks.
I don't know. Maybe it is New York.
Oh, dude, Peacemaker. Holy crap. Yeah, Monica got some great shots of Peacemaker. The texture, and by the way, Monica said...
I don't see them. What are we looking at?
Right. Monica said the pistol is removable. So that is really great to hear because we weren't sure of that before. The Eagle looks awesome, dude.
Better than the Bat.
Yeah, I think they did it. Oh, well, here we go. I think they did a great job with the separated hairs. I think it looks awesome. But wait till you guys see the texture on the skin, man.
Nice.
Like, granted, you do get... I mean, and that's kind of realistic, though. Your skin does...
Sure.
And John Cena is not like a super young guy, so he's going to have little wrinkles in his skin. Yeah. I think the texture is absolutely beautiful in the skin.
They did a nice job with the figure. I like the
He looks really good.
For Peacemaker, which feels funny. They put all the time and effort into that.
Dude, he looks awesome, man.
Yeah. Well, they did I will say, like, Prime 1, the statue for Peacemaker that came out, is the only one that came out looking good. And it's one of the only two they actually did. And they did a nice job with him. So I think that costume and stuff with the simplicity to it and stuff just has translated really well, in collectible format for it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Hot Toys went back and redid it because they kind of they made a miracle.
Can we go back and do gore?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but this is really cool too. Monica got a close-up shot of that dew texture on this. This is the clear Batman Armory. I think that looks fantastic. Love how the suit looks in the Armory. I will say Monica did hurt my feelings a little bit to confirm how bad that hand looks. I think he got a close-up shot of the hand. Ooh. Oh, Mike Latoris. It's you, dude. Look, this is Mike Latoris right here.
There he is.
But there's the melted
his hand. Is melting into his bicep.
Yeah. That definitely. I'm excited to get this, but that
Look at the
definitely
seam
looks
line on the bicep
yeah, on
too.
the bike, and it's not
Yeah.
straight either. I mean, hopefully that's just the prototype, but this needs to be addressed. That looks pretty.
Looks
bad.
like he's got a scar on the top of it. You see like it's like got a D after following his middle finger, whatever that line is there too.
Yeah, that's Mike, dude. Eddie, that's Mike. That's his profile picture, man. There's this, and I know a lot of people were commenting on how the hair looked. Obviously, this needs to be styled a little bit. We've talked about that with the in-art figures as well, or other rooted hair figures. It does require a little bit of
Is
styling.
it just
or kind of-
me, or does the face look off from the body too, like the color?
I mean, this is directly under her chin. I
Yeah.
don't think that the skin color looks off personally. It's just a bad angle.
And
It's
the
obviously and the lighting. It's the best he could do with them being enclosed in a space. But look at the details on the shield, man. It just looks great. It really does. Obviously, when you see it from a
it's a
more
bit better.
top-down view, it's a lot better. And again, the hair obviously needs to be styled a little bit more. Looks a little messy here, especially towards the bottom. It's a little loose, but obviously that
I
happens.
still
at
think
lot of
it's
these
a little
conventions.
better than what they have
Oh,
done.
way
though.
better. Way better. Leaps and bounds. And again, you could make it look better yourself by just styling it a little bit.
You can see that wool texture that they're talking about though too.
Yeah, and this is cool too, Chris.
That's
It's
a-
something similar
that's
to
a sword.
this. I think this is kind of like what came with the training armor Wonder Woman. I think she came with something like this.
Mhm.
That's where you put the sword in.
Exactly.
to
I think the
Yeah.
training armor Wonder Woman came with this. I should know I
that's
had
pretty
that figure at
cool.
one point, but I bought it in a lot and I just sold it to someone else. But that's really cool too.
It's
so you
one
can
of the
display
best head
sword.
sculpts too, ever. I think.
Why is this in here? Is that the end of Monica's photos?
Wow.
Wow, Monica. Thanks for throwing in that Easter egg there.
You know, it would have been funny as if you would have done a Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been Monica's fault if that happened. I'm blaming him for that if that happened.
Monica should have done that. Monica should have
Would have
thrown
been
in
like,
some
whoa,
nudie
whoa.
hentai photos
Monica should have done that. Just one of those
ju-
pictures.
just to trip you up. Be like, what the
Yeah, just
hell?
mess you up with it.
I'm gonna move on to this video here. Let me scroll on to. So this is by the way, this is Toys TV. They were at the event looking at everything. This is a very long video. I haven't watched it yet. Oh, we got a video of the Batmobile. Come on now. There's a bit of a glare, but look at the size of the Justice League
Jesus.
Batmobile next to the Tumbler and the Bat Pod. Like it's a big vehicle, dude.
It's a beefy boy.
I know it's substantial. And then, guys, I know Brett and I were talking about this. This is 1/12 scale because you have it next
Yep.
to the Bat here, and that was a 1/12 scale release. That's been released previously. This is a 1/12 scale Batwing. You've seen the one from Jazz Inc. That's gigantic. This is 1/12 scale. So for those who are
Yeah,
getting
that's the
our hope
one
up,
they teased at either Summer Showcase or it was one of the cons. that they
Exactly.
teased
Last year.
the-
Last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Last year they teased it at one, and they even said it's 1/12 scale. So
right? So they've already shown that one in the past. Someone's echoing. Who's echoing?
you.
You.
I was gonna say
I'm not.
you
I'm
are.
echoing through my own. I could hear it.
Yeah,
I know
you
I'm
were
echoing when I'm
echoing.
talking, but how can I hear it if I'm echoing through my own?
You
mic?
echoing. All of us heard you echo.
Echo.
It could have been someone's mic here. How are you missing out? We did look at the Peacemaker. We took a look at the Peacemaker, Monica. Monica said, "Yup, it's 1/12." Yeah, so it's unfortunate. I know a lot of people were hoping this would be 1/6 scale. No, it's 1/12 scale. But this beauty right here is 1/6 scale, and you can see again next to the Tumbler. This is a longer vehicle.
Yeah.
Probably
what
not
she
as
said.
wide, but it is a longer vehicle. She said it's a longer vehicle, Sean.
Yep.
No, what she said was, Howie, give me the
That's what she
2022 Batmobile now. That's what she said.
I need it in my garage. That's what
Exactly. That is what she said. But how beautiful is this, man? It looks so good, and I can't wait to see if this does become a thing. I can't wait to see how the lights work. I agree with what was said about the flickering lights to kind of mimic that jet engine in the back going off. I would love to see that. They really got to go all out on this one. It has to be USB power as well. I know
Yeah,
they
let
did
me
USB
get a
power on
remote
the DeLorean.
of
Yeah. I saw
like
that mentioned in the
his-
chat as
the
well.
bat-
Remote.
a battering or something.
Yeah, kind of like the R2D2, how they do those cool little remotes. I mean, if they could do it with a figure,
Yeah.
they could certainly do it with an expensive vehicle like this.
Did they show the new Bat cycle?
I
Yeah,
don't
it's right
know
there. It's right there next to. Oh wait, you're talking about.
He's
No,
talking
I'm
about
talking
the-
about, I'm
saw
talking about the
the
Flash.
stunt driver bat cycle. That's what he's
I don't
talking
think-
about.
They did.
This is cool. Like, can you confirm these are all actually 6 scale?
These are 6 scale, yes. Bro, Oh yeah, so there we go. So there's the display stand grabbers.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did see that. It's a full die cast. For those that are looking for the 1966 Bat Cycle, I saw there's full die cast, which is pretty cool. But guys, here's that armory we're talking about. We're all hoping and praying that this armory comes out. I'm scared to see the price on this. I'll be honest with you, but how cool is this, man? Obviously, this is like
seven figures. We'll say each one's 300. That's $2,100.
It's going to be very expensive if it does happen. This could be a flex piece. This definitely screams flex piece. It certainly wouldn't happen. Yeah, dude, it's expensive, but it's full die cast for the most part, from what I read on the Jazz Inc. page. So that's really cool. But yeah, here we got the armory set. Definitely really cool. I know a lot of people, including myself, are excited for this. I've said before, if this does happen and it's like super, super pricey, I could be priced out on this one because it's going to be pretty expensive, but definitely really cool. I want to take a look at this Dark Flash because we haven't really taken a look at this one.
Dude, that thing, literally, look at it. It looks like a 12-inch. It looks like the McFarlane Toys version, but just 12 inches.
It looks like a giant turd, man.
Yeah, it's like they took the McFarlane model, blew it up to 12 inches, and then they're going to charge you Hot Toys price for it.
They could work on that theme. If they could do it with Carnage and Venom, like something, a rubbery material out of that, they could definitely do it.
It's part of the design, though, dude.
But
like
they're
if
not
you
going
can
to
see
do
these
it,
pieces
man.
sticking out.
Spider-Man
I mean,
2099 from
you can
across the
still get
Spider-Verse.
those
They could've
pieces
put,
sculpted out of
material over
rubber.
him.
You can
Like,
do it.
the knees don't look terrible. They really don't. It's this upper body portion that looks really
Yeah,
He
bad.
looks
Yeah,
like
it's
pieces of Doomsday got stuck to him or something.
Yeah.
I think it just looks terrible. Like, just the design looks awful.
It's a shame
Yeah,
because
I don't know why they couldn't just go with the actual Dark Flash. Like, why couldn't we just got the legit Dark Flash
It
from the
just-
comics? You know,
So
where he looks like a
weird.
freaking zombie.
yeah,
Got the skull face.
that
See,
would
if
be
you
yeah.
pose it right, though, you'll be able to cover up all the seams and everything if you
Yeah,
pose it the right way.
I'm
Just
sure
find
you
like an
can, but-
attack pose that it has from the movie, and try and
Burnt
work with
crap.
that in your pose, and it'll be able to cover it up.
yeah.
This has got Spider-Man 2099 written all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah, this is like
Earlier, they just made it.
This looks a bit better than
Plastic.
2099. It needs
Yeah.
It is better than 2099.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks better, but again, it's
I guess it's more like Gore.
It's just an eyesore. They could definitely fix
Lane,
it.
Gore is not as bad as this. Gore has like cloth outfits and stuff to cover the joints. This is definitely way worse than Gore. Stop disrespecting my boy Gore. But no, for real though, it's rough, guys. It's
Well,
a
if they're
shame.
trying to make if they're trying to make the Flash look better as a figure to make people pre-order it, they're doing a really good
maybe
job.
that was their plan. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a shame that they keep going that route with the visible joints. Like many people have pointed out, why can't they do like the Venom style body, the Carnage style body? I mean, they certainly could have done better. It seems very rushed. I don't even think the face looks that good. I think it looks a little weird. It just, you know what it almost looks like to me, that just the design and figure form, it looks like one of the crew members from Davy Jones' crew. Like he should be next to Bootstrap Bill. That's what it looks like to me, dude. It's just very weird. It's a weird
I thought of
design.
that too. He does
But I
look
was-
like from that film.
His name
and
is Barnacle Bob.
Right, it's Barnacle Bob, dude. But I was excited to see him in figure form. Admittedly, when I saw him in the trailer, I'm like, it looks kind of creepy. It was like a very like horror-esque design, but it doesn't translate, man. It's unfortunate. It really doesn't.
I was hoping it was going to translate into figure really well, but
Yeah,
I got my
it's-
hopes up too much. Instead, we just got a 12-inch McFarlane toy.
Yeah, and something else we got our hopes up for was the one that Lane asked about earlier, which was the new Bat Cycle and the as we've been
Batman.
calling it. That's a really cool base, though. I love these new bases, and that blue looks really good. But
That-
I love it. But yeah, this is the stunt Batman, as a lot of people have been calling it, and this is the new Bat Cycle.
I love that Bat Cycle. I think that thing.
I
is
think the
so
Bat Cycle is
amazing
really
looking.
cool. I just don't love the
He
price.
just looks terrible. Yeah, well, 410. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I hate.
I don't
that
like
Batman.
the suit.
I hate
Yeah,
that Batman.
at first I thought I liked it in the trailer. After seeing it in figure form, it's a pass for me, and especially because we didn't get the Affleck license. That's even more of a reason to pass. But again, base, I love it. My favorite color is blue, so seeing that blue lit up right there is really, really cool. So I do like that. But yeah, just, I don't know, man. Overall, just not a big fan of it. Let me see if there's anything else cool that we could scroll
You
through.
could change though too. You could go see the movie, and then all of a sudden you're a fan.
Yep.
That certainly could happen. I just don't think it's going to for me. I don't know. It's just not for me. And without having the Affleck license, it just bothers me. I know you're picking it up, Sean. I'm not trying to crap on what you're getting.
No, it's okay. You can crap on what I do. That's fine.
I'm trying to find the footage of the
Catwoman.
Yeah, I want to see Catwoman. This is the 89 Batman. I know we've looked at that one a lot, but Catwoman, I actually just pre-ordered her recently. She looks great.
Bet you did.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love Anne Hathaway.
Hey,
Anne
you
Hathaway
gotta move us
crush,
out of the
man.
way, bro, so we can see.
Anne Hathaway's a crush, dude. I want to see what the boot material looks like, because I'm hoping it's not pleather on this one. Because, you know, those boots originally had a really bad flaking issues. Well, that's okay, Control-Delete. We're not going to be here much longer, so thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoy your dinner. Another fantastic-looking figure. I cannot wait. I still haven't pre-ordered this one. I have to order him. Is Bane, dude. This is going to be
I still got to do it, too. I got to get
I'm
two.
surprised they didn't keep them in the darkness.
I got to get one for me and one for my kid.
Yeah, I've had this Bane, I think, since day one pre-ordered.
Dude, what a banger, though. Holy crap. This is like, and then the coat's not going to flake anymore because it's got that nightmare Batman material. I love that base, dude. I really do. I don't care if they reused it. It looks so good. What's up, Michael? Great to have you here, dude. But yeah, he looks fantastic. The new body they use for Bane is obviously so good. It's got the scarring, the vein work, just everything. I wish they would have had him with the shirt off so I could see it. Here's a better look. Here's a better look at the chrome again.
I think it looks better here live seeing this. I'm not saying it looks great, guys, but I think it looks a lot better. I think the blogger pictures it makes out the grays more and stuff, so you can see it better. I think it
doesn't really look chrome to me. It looks like a rubbery,
it's like
shiny,
metallic-y. Yeah, but I like it. Again, I'm not 100%, and I agree with Sean. A blue cape that's close to the color would really set it off.
Look at those dumbass bats.
I love the bats, dude. Stop disrespect. Mark's here. Mark says,
this
guess
point,
better
I'm
the late than
doing
there.
well,
What's up,
that's
Mark? But
yeah, you know what's funny though is we all look at these as 1/6 figures, right?
Dude,
and
look how terrible.
Looks at them as 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah, true. Look at the logo there with the image of Gotham and the other bats and the.
Told you it's that cardboard. It's cardboard.
Exactly. That's what we were just saying.
Behind some clear plastic.
Yeah, I mean that's
so much better in the proto,
right?
And it looks purple there.
Yeah.
Still looks like a bunch of dead bugs.
We got a $5 super chat from Don. Thank you so much, Don. It's very generous of you. Don says, hit that like button. Yes, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. We very much appreciate it. And we got to get one in before the end of the stream, so thank you so much, Don. And you already know which one I'm going to pick. It's going to be your favorite UPS guy. Got to do it to him, Chris. Got to do it to him.
Son, you make sure you get them hot doors packed in there.
Super chat.
What's that?
Super chat.
Oh. Hey there. Heard you gave us a super chat. Well, Hot Toys Hotline and I just want to say thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Don, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Let's see. Chris is about to go on strike. Yeah, he might be soon.
Strike on these Hot Toys too.
There you go. All right, Yomo, dude, if you like it, man, I wish the best of luck to you. I mentioned earlier, I know you came a little bit later in the stream, but I picked it up myself. I secured mine. Sean was able to grab one as well. So I'm really excited, and I'm excited to check out this Wonder Woman as well, dude. I think she looks great. So best of luck to you tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. I hope you're able to pick it up.
I'll be watching and waiting for when you guys decide you want to sell that great Batman.
Like I said, dude, it's possible it shows up, and I'm like, what did I do? But from what I'm seeing here, I like it, you know. But I'm not denying that, dude. It certainly could happen.
I just realized that base is so tall. Like if I were to put that in a DTOF, I'm not even sure that part would even fit.
Well, that's why some of us have been trying to do the right thing and talk you into DTOS versus doing the wrong thing.
Sean, we weren't going there.
Well, we are going here, Chris. How good does Black Adam look, dude? What a head sculpt, man.
If you smell.
Dude, I'm excited for this. I know a lot of people lost hype for Black Adam, but I actually picked up both the black suit version and the golden armor version because I'm so excited for it, or the golden version.
Yeah, you mean this one.
Yeah, that one. That one right there. Except not that one. That one, but not that one. But yeah, dude, he looks great. And I'm so glad that they updated the cloak with the one version where you get the hooded look and then you get the regular cape with the golden version. I'm really excited for this. I loved this movie, dude. I really did. And look at the
No,
detail
if you look
on
at
the suit, man.
if you look at the description for the golden armor, you get this cape, but you still get the hood. You still get the hood too.
Right, but originally they only showed it with the hood, remember? And they updated that, yeah.
Originally the blue lightning, you got the cloak with the hood, and then
Right.
when they did the golden armor, you didn't even show the cape. It just showed him without the cape.
But he looks so good. The details in the suit. This does have a USB powered bolt on the chest as well, so it's going to be a banger. There's the Hot Toys CW Flash. That one's really cool. Is there anything else? Oh, here's a surprising one,
dude. I really don't.
Here's a surprising one, dude. Look what they busted out, Leonidas, dude, out of nowhere.
Jeez,
Really old figure. Really old figure.
Yeah, they were showing off all their Warner Brothers stuff. That's all.
Yeah, Yomo, I actually got it from, and there's a link to his page. I don't believe he has anymore. I got it from Jeremy Casa from Plastic Hero Collectibles. There's a link to his Facebook group. Feel free to reach out. I don't think he has anymore, but you never know. He may get more allotments. But that's who I went through to get mine.
I got mine from Pop Collectibles, and there's still some there on Pop Collectibles.
I think that's about it, guys. It's just showing cost babies at this point. Oh, actually, excuse me. How could I forget the main event? Dude, and here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Although the shininess on the chest armor originally was not inaccurate, because there are stills from the movie that you can look at where there is some shininess. Hot Toys did remove that shininess from the chest plate, because I know a lot of people were hoping they would do that. And I know a lot of people are really excited to see that. If you weren't a fan of the shininess, they did get rid of that shininess on the chest.
All I'm happy is that he's not shiny.
Right. He doesn't have any metallic parts. Dude, he looks so good. And I saw someone mention this earlier. They're like,
he doesn't sparkle.
Right. He doesn't sparkle in the sunlight like diamonds.
Yeah,
that's true.
Not
not his Twilight appearance.
Jokes aside, I thought his version of Batman was badass, dude. He was brutal.
He's one of my favorite Batman, dude. I love him. I love him in the role. I think people counted him out, and they do that a lot, especially with big characters like this. They often count him out, but I think they did a great job. I think they did a great job.
Probably why it did so good too, because you went in like not knowing, and then you were just like, "Yo, okay, I can get behind it." Especially that opening scene too. And
I wish they would have shown him with the updated hair piece, because we've seen this parted hair many times. I wanted to see kind of like the sweaty hair a little bit more. Because I wanted to see what that hairpiece looks like, but I think he looks fantastic. And I saw someone make a poster like, I feel like Hot Toys with the updates they made kind of closed that gap a little more with what people were comparing to with the in-art version.
Definitely, at least the the sculpted hair version of it. I think they've definitely closed the gap.
And I think the sculpt looks great. I think the proportions look great. I think overall the details look great. This is the set I pre-ordered with the bat signal, and I'm very, very happy with how he looks. So.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you going to display it, Connor?
Exactly like this, actually, with the cowl in his hand. I love, like I always say, I love the helmet and hand look. So I'll probably have him like this, or maybe he'll show up and I'll change my mind and I'll just do the cowl.
Are you going to have
punching somebody in the face?
Probably not have the backdrop, because I'm not in the position to put those in my display, because I have a pretty large collection for DC now.
Don't gotta rub it in.
I got
just playing, dude.
Well, I mean, we have already let Connor know he's Nate Meister Jr.
Okay.
When it comes to his figure pre-orders and stuff.
No, he's worse.
Don't you
he's
do me dirty like that. Jordan sent me his triples. All right, so this is not the roast of Hot Toys Hotline. This is the look at this beautiful Batman figure.
Well, I'm getting the regular edition, so I didn't get any like the deluxe that came with that extra the base and stuff, because mine's going to be going directly onto the Bat Cycle. So I didn't see the need for it, and I wanted to save a little bit of money on the figure since I was going to be getting the vehicle. So
that's fair.
But he looked. I do think by the time it's all said and done with it, like if we're taking a look back a couple years from now, I think Pattinson Batman, that version, well, just the entire spectrum of all the different like statues, figures, stuff we've seen of him. He's probably going to have one of the most that iteration will have like one of the most impressive, like different collectible setups and different scale, size, and what have you. Comparison to almost any Batman, like just so much good stuff that he has.
Yeah. I think so too. Matt says I cannot wait for Battinson. Me too, dude. I'm really excited. And Oilers, we're gonna end the stream with your video. Hopefully, I don't get demonetized. I don't know what the video is, but we'll end the stream with your video.
Probably
I probably will.
It's the penguin. He's talking
Yeah.
about Benedict trying to say penguin.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, that's right. Duh. Okay, we'll play it. We're gonna play it at the end, and not that I make any money anyway. That's okay. He said I thought Lane said he hated the Battinson. I don't know if Lane said that. I don't know. I don't remember if he said that. Did you say that?
I don't like
Lane?
it. I don't like it as much as like the Bale suit or something like that. It wasn't my favorite one, but I love the figure how it's turned out for this one.
Okay, that's fair. But yes, guys, our final topic of the night, and we're just going to talk about it very briefly. We did get another Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry from the first film, but this is the final scene brown suit. This is where he killed Charles, the main protagonist at the end of the film, where he repeats his famous line, "Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Did I fire 6 shots or only 5?" He repeats that famous line that he says in the beginning of the film, and this is the final scene suit, and I think this is very clever. If you're a Clint Eastwood film fan, I'm sure you're really excited about this one. I have the first version. So stoked to see the little tease for this one yesterday, and then finally get the half shot of him here. But this is really, really cool. They're calling it the final act variant, which is very much what it is. Obviously, it's the final scene suit. So this is really cool. I just wanted to share this with you guys. This is on the coming soon page. So if you want to RSVP, that link I sent earlier for the Wonder Woman and Batman RSVP, this is on there as well. I'm going to be picking this one up. I'm all in on the Clint Eastwood line. I love Clint Eastwood films, and this is very special to me. So
they've done a very good job with these. Like,
I think so. I think so.
The first 30 Harry, I was a little bit. That first figure, I was a little on that one, but like literally every other one that they've done, I think have liked. I really like that Josie Wales one. I think that may be my favorite.
I'm gonna be getting all of them. I think I'm all in on this Clint Eastwood line because it's just, again, it's very close to my heart. I used to watch these films with my grandfather as a kid, so I'm definitely really, really interested in picking up all these figures. And Clint Eastwood just had a birthday. When he turned 93, I think.
3 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's made a lot of laps around the sun. But yeah, this is really cool, and I'm so glad to see them honoring such a legendary actor in this way. By the way, guys, apparently Off the Racks has the Ahsoka Deluxe again, and a great reminder to use code HGH to save $15. Check out Off the Racks, guys, if you want that Ahsoka Deluxe. Go, run over there and grab it. And he probably has.
Scarlet Witches too.
Scarlet Witch, yeah, my Scarlet Witch from Off the Racks just shipped as well. I should be getting them over the next day or two. Yeah, go ahead. Make my day. That's from a later film, but that's another one of his most famous quotes. But, dude, this is so cool. I'm really excited for this. A couple more things just to briefly show. Owen sent over this photo about the Flash, and this is very interesting. I don't know if this is the same technology as the new Flash, but you could see there's a swap-out piece for the neck. I never noticed this. Or a removable piece for the neck, I should say, with the Velcro. I don't know if this is the same, but Owen wanted to share this with you guys. So this is really cool. Maybe that's how they're doing it, or maybe, like we said, maybe they were using 2 different prototypes for the photos. I don't know, but definitely a good point there from Owen. I definitely wanted to show that. And then finally, on our way out, guys, of course we have a little meme here from Oilers. So I hope this doesn't blow your eardrums out. Let's hear the volume. You guys can hear it.
Is penguins, crested penguins, parent penguin heading home.
Penguins. Penguins.
So why are these woodlands so attractive to penguins?
Penguin.
I said penguins.
I've seen it. I've seen this before. I didn't know it was.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's what he was talking about. I thought it was actual like interview stuff, but
and Cyborg as well. And yes, my Cyborg. By the way, justice for Sean. I ordered my Cyborg on Saturday, and it's already shipped. And Sean pre-ordered his day one, and his has been paid off for a while. And his is not shipped yet. So Sideshow, if you're watching,
DeLorean.
Ship Sean's
if we're throwing heat at Sean, you stole the promo Spider-Man from me.
Yeah, congrats, Sean.
Wow.
Congrats,
I
Sean.
was literally checking out with it, and it said, "Oops, looks like someone has this in
You
their
know what
cart."
Sean
And I
did?
find
Sean's
out
like-
that you got it. You stole the promo from me.
You know what's even worse is I actually kept in my cart just a few extra seconds.
Hate your face.
Wow, just rub salt in the
Sean
wound.
just slam dunked it when he got it.
I just felt a little funny because during the Sideshow thing, I actually got the gauntlet, Thanos Infinity Gauntlet in my cart. And
You buy it?
no,
I know who bought it. I know who bought that gauntlet.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say, but I know who bought it.
I had
Who
it
bought it?
before, and then
Not
it
me.
was I could thought about it for 3 seconds, and it was like,
Closest
man,
I got is this thing.
Yeah, it was like $930, and I just said, yeah, no, I'm not
The
gonna.
shipping was like
Go get yourself
$320
a Disney
bucks
one.
too.
Yeah.
$320 to ship that.
Yeah,
Justice.
So, yeah,
Go get
I was
yourself a
thinking,
Disney.
I was thinking I might want to try and get that Wonder Woman or that Batman tomorrow. So I said, nah, I'm not going to spend that money, and I'm going to save that for tomorrow.
Yeah, and yes, and Cyborg is in stock, Peyton. That's why I said justice for Sean. But everybody, we got a super chat.
And
We're
I
gonna
just
close
checked, I
out.
didn't get it. It's not
A
shipped yet either.
super chat.
That's messed up, dude. But justice for Sean, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody saying great stream. Thank you so much, everybody, from the bottom of my heart for being here with us, hanging out with us. It's a fantastic stream. We very much appreciate you. As always, guys, check out all of the links in the description to everybody's channels. We're going to end out with one of our famous Super Chat videos, but check out all the links in the description to everybody's channels. Sean, Chris, The Collecting Madness, Sean, The Hot Toys Nightmare. Thank you so much, Lane, Sean, Chris, CMB, everybody for being here. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We have a $2 Super Chat to end the night from Collection Obsession. He says, great show. Thank you so much, Collecting Obsession, for hanging out with us for the whole night and for that generous $2 Super Chat. We're going to end on a great note. Sean, get your make good choices out of the way because we're going to end on a Super Chat message, and then we are out of here.
Wow. Thank you for your Super Chat. That was an amazing choice to pay Connor, the Hot Toys Hotline, $2 with that Super Chat. We really appreciate it. We want you and all your fellow viewers to make good choices. And remember, if you're not collecting Hot Toys, you're wrong.
And bad choices are usually the best.
All right. And on that
Sounds like
note,
good advice.
since Ryan couldn't make it tonight, we're gonna get sent out by a message from Ryan. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. And again, I promise you, I'm working on some videos for the channel. I will get them out sooner than later. But thank you so much once again, everybody, for hanging out with us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time.
Oh, man. Hey, everyone. Mr. Mom Collectibles. I'm just taking a second out from busting some ghosts. I want to thank you for your donation to Connor and to the Hot Toys Hotline channel. And just remember, if you got a ghost problem, who you going to call?